Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to another day in Azeroth. Happy Saturday to you all. I hope everybody is doing fantastic today. Thanks for joining me. Wayne, Dragon's Bane, Chaos, On Wings of Love, Towin, Mr. Santa, Dante, Gerald, thanks for being here, guys. Alrighty, let's take a look at a little bit of housekeeping stuff. I mean, we got no bags, so inventory is, you know, it's gonna have problems. Maybe we can start with a little bit of professions. Do some tailoring, do some fishing. Hang out here at the Stormwind Square. Watch people come and go for a bit. Mallory, welcome to the stream. Nenya, thanks for being here today. You can't believe no bags have dropped for me? Oh, you better believe it. I got really bad luck sometimes. I'm not really a lucky person. You know, I think I have very, very mediocre luck. But if I had to, like, pick which way my luck tends towards, I would say my luck tends towards bad luck. Like, I don't have consistent bad luck, and I'm not talking about just the video game. I'm talking about, like, the scope of life. Like, what luck seed did I roll into the world with? I rolled with, like, medium luck that tends towards bad luck. You know? And that is definitely expressing itself here on this character. What should I do here? Should I just go for skill ups? I mean, I guess anything is fine. Everything's 1. Everything is 1. Let's see. Let's make a brown linen vest. I don't have stats on my gear, do I? No, no stats. Let's make some simple pants. Let's do a belt. And a cloak. David, good morning to you and welcome to the stream. Alright, let's equip all that stuff. See why not. Well, that's not a bad look. I dig it. How am I enjoying the lock so far? I've really been liking it. I think I'm going to like it a lot. Because I think it offers the things I liked about the hunter, but it doesn't offer the things I didn't like about the hunter. So there's all the positives of being a hunter, and there's no negatives. So I think I'm really going to love it. That being said, we're still pretty early. But so far it's been great. Am I going to wear the kilt? Excuse me. Am I going to wear the kilt when I can make it? I mean, I'll wear whatever I can that's an upgrade. Well, I'm not going to set out to wear anything specifically, but if it's an upgrade for us, yeah, sure. I mean, a kilt, I mean, on a woman, I guess that would just be a skirt or a dress. I don't know if we still need to call it a kilt. Let's do some fishing. I think I already have a fishing rod. Yeah, I do. I saw somebody tried to trade me a fishing rod. I'm not accepting gifts on this character. We're doing this all under our own steam, so anything we get on the character we're going to find or buy on our own. Which explains why I have no bags. Am I going to be better off going to, yeah, let's go out to Goldshire. I think I'm going to be much better off trying to fish out that way.
I supply only the finest goods. Have a good one.
There's nothing else we need to do here, right? Let me think for a minute. No, I think we're... Oh, you know what? Let's go do the Voidwalker quest. Yeah, that's what we have to do. Yeah, we're level 10. Let's go grab our Voidwalker quest. I don't know what it entails. I don't remember what we have to do. I know at some point we have to summon and kill a Voidwalker. Like in the basement of that spooky inn. But I don't know what we do between that. So I'm sure there's something we have to go out and do. Let's go grab the quest now. We might have to kill 3 guys in a shack. Alright. That'll be okay. Yeah, we're not on hardcore or anything, so I'm not too worried about it. It's TBC. We can probably kill 3 guys in a shack, no problem. I wish there was hardcore TBC. I would definitely play more hardcore on stream if we had hardcore TBC. If I knew that my hardcore character, when they died, could just become a TBC character. But, yeah. They decided not to go that route.
Hey there. You need something?
I had a student named Serena Caledon. She stood where you stand now, eager to learn of Warlock magic, and possessing no small bit of talent. But, or more than that, she was young and pleasing to the eye. Oh. Had I seen it then, the traitorous trollop. The thieving wench ran off with one of the Defias. Erlin Drudgemore, while her loss is of little importance, I gifted her a bloodstone choker that I must have. Her life means nothing to me now. You will find her at the Brackwell pumpkin patch. Retrieve what is mine. Oh, this is why Serena is hanging out in that house. Oh, okay, I'm putting the pieces together. She ran off with the Collector. She ran off with the Collector, because this guy is just a Warlock trainer, but the Collector had money. You know, the Collector had money coming in from the gold mine operation. So she ran off with those guys, because they were balling. She left this guy here because he lives in a basement, and he doesn't probably make a big wage, you know? So here he is.
Have a good one.
Well met.
Do we have level 10 stuff to train? I don't know. I think maybe we already did that. Yeah, we did that already.
Bless you.
Okay, yeah, I guess we're just gonna do that when we go out there. I mean, I'd love to say we'll wait till we have the gold schedule quest, but that's gonna be a long time, I think. And we're gonna head out in that direction, like, immediately. So I think we just try to get that done. I mean, all we have to do is kill her. Even if we kill her, we can leash the other two. Even if we kill her and we die, like, no big deal. You know? Dustin, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you're doing well. Alright, anything else we need to do here in Stormwind? I want to do some fishing out in Goldshire still. Like, I got my fishing rod on to remind me that I do want to fish. But we got to do that out by the pond by Goldshire so I can actually catch stuff. So we'll fish for a bit, and then we're gonna head out to the east. I probably do need to be in a guild eventually. We haven't seen Belmont on for a while. I gotta see if I can get into his guild. That way people will stop inviting me and stop trying to get me to sign their guild charters. It's like the 5th guild charter that's been put in my face. I remember having to like pay people gold back in the day to get a new guild charter signed. Shane, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hope you're doing well today. Thanks for joining us. You don't have invite power? That's okay. I'm not in a big rush, but I mean, it would stop me from getting other invites. I think for now, maybe I'll just turn off my guild invite. Block guild invites. There we go. That'll work for now. I mean, what I really need to be in is I really need to be in a leveling guild. I probably should just join one of these random leveling guilds, because then at least if I want to do dungeons or something, I can like toss something into guild chat. You know? I don't know if I need to be in a raiding guild. You know, because in a raiding guild, there's never like a lot of people that are actually leveling up tunes. So maybe I should just wait until we see a name we like. And if somebody invites me to a guild and I like the name of the guild, then I'll just take the invite. And I'll check out their guild chat in private, and I'll see if, like, you know, I'll pull the guild chat behind myself so that I can read their guild chat and see if they're just like normal people.
King's honor, friend.
Report to Giran.
Well met.
And what's going on in here? Nothing. What am I missing? Oh, we never did this one. That's what I'm missing. Okay. All right, let's go do some fishing, and when we're sick of that, we'll probably cook it, and then we'll go after the crystal kelp. Forgot we didn't do this one. A lot of times I do that one before we go to Dunmorrow. Where's the pet? He's in the Twisting Nether. That's where he lives. We'll pull him out before we fight anything. For now, we'll just let him rest. I'm sure he's got family he likes spending time with and stuff, you know? Like, I figure I should give him some time off. 12-pound mud snapper. Shane, when you hit 50, you went demonology. Well worth it for the Felguard pet. I've heard good things about the Felguard. So we can't get the Felguard till 50. Yeah, I'm definitely fine with trying different specs later down the line. You went Drain Tank with the Void Walker still. Okay. I'm gonna keep the Imp out as long as I can. Lore Walker, why are all the chill content creators Alliance? Welcome, buddy. We have a lot of Horde stuff. I'm just not playing a Horde on the stream right now. I'm playing a hardcore Shaman. Oh, that's an Orc. Oh, that's in a recorded series, though. Yeah, I play both factions. But a lot of times when I stream, I do stream Alliance. We'll probably do a Horde character for the next one, though. Just for a change of pace. Might be a little while down the road. Honestly, I was planning a Blood Elf Warlock, but since I was already doing the Shaman run, I didn't want to double down on Horde zones. Because when I first made this character, they were a Blood Elf, and then I thought better of it. I thought, you know, maybe I ought to play some Alliance, so we don't get sick of seeing the same zones. I can't use the succubus because I find her dialogue too annoying. I think she talks too much. And I don't really think any of the things she says are particularly endearing. And so, yeah, we tried to use the succubus once. Back in a hardcore run. And I just couldn't get into it. You hope you can't play cross-faction on the same server in Classic Plus? No, I'm sure they... Yeah, it'll all be cross-faction, and also all the races will be furries. That's what Classic Plus is going to be. Everything's going to be cross-faction, and also every race will have a furry option. So we can all get along. All pandas. Yeah, Classic Plus, you have to play a panda. A furry troll. That's called a heron deer. The heron deer are basically furry trolls, right? They got quills, and they have some fur. I feel like they have quills, fur, and feathers. I feel like the The heron deer, like, they triple down on it. They get fur, quills, and feathers. I'm pretty sure they got feathers hiding somewhere. It's like overload. Classic Plus is actually going to be, it's going to be a lobby simulator. You just log into the game, you pick your furry character, they toss you into a lobby, and then it's actually just a battle royale. And that's actually the direction they're going with Classic Plus. Your Battle Royale sounds awful. Do you remember the Battle Royale they did put into the game? That was fun. Plunderstorm? You never played Plunderstorm when they put it in? Oh, I had fun with Plunderstorm. Now, granted, I was really bad at Plunderstorm because I can't PvP to save my life. But I know how to play hide and seek. And I know how to play tag. And so the way I played Plunderstorm is I hid from everybody. Like, I would just go hide, and I would try to avoid people for as long as I can. And I'd let them kill each other. And then, you know, when it finally came down to it, I would try to PvP, but I just treated it as a massive game of hide and seek. And it was fun. Now, granted, as someone who, you know, doesn't really play retail, none of the rewards mattered to me. That was the bad thing about Plunderstorm, is that, like, obviously, like, unless you play a lot of retail, you don't care about the rewards. They're all cosmetics and stuff for your modern characters. And so I didn't play a lot of it because there was really nothing in it for me. But I played a bit. We streamed it like 2 or 3 days in a row. I streamed it. And I had a good time. So, you know, you wouldn't think that WoW and Battle Royale could go together, but they definitely can. Yeah, that's what I would do, Roxy. 3rd and 4th place multiple times just by hiding. Yeah, exactly. That's what, hiding, avoiding people, running away. Like, kind of, when someone's chasing you, head towards somebody else, and then hope that they fight it out. And then you can kind of sneak off. And tagging up on players that have low HP and then peeling out, like, that's another good tactic. Yeah, I had a good time. It was a good event for like a few days of fun. It was really good. But unless you wanted all the cosmetics, it was never something you were going to do like every single day. We were supposed to get some kind of Duskwood-based, like, horror-themed gameplay mode. Do you guys remember when they talked about that, like, a year and a half ago? We were supposed to get some kind of gameplay mode that was, like, an alternate gameplay mode. It was set in Duskwood, and it had, like, a horror theme. I don't know what kind of horror theme. I guess it's probably, like, the games where somebody plays the killer, and like, then people play the survivors. And the killer tries to kill the survivors, and I think it must have been, they must have been planning for it to be something like that. But we never saw that. That never, it never manifested. And then they just never talked about it again. They do that a lot. In the last 10 years, Blizzard has done that a lot. Well, they'll like talk about like a feature, or they'll talk about like a mode. And then sometimes they just stop talking about it and it never manifests. It's so weird. I mean, shit, they've done that with entire games. Like the survival game they were making for a while. That was going to be like the hot new thing, and then like they stopped talking about it, and then it was canceled. Yeah, like Dead by Daylight. Maybe we'll see that. Maybe we'll see that this October. You know, maybe it didn't, like, the release didn't line up, and maybe they held off on it. Obviously, you have to theme that around like spooky season. It's really the only time you can drop something like that. We are going to get to 50, we're going to go back, we're going to cook everything, and then we're going to head out and we're going to actually start doing some quests. Probably starting with getting our Warlock quest done. Where is my Hearthstone set? Thunderbrew Distillery. Yeah, that's not going to work. The scary game mode is coming out in patch 12.1.7. Oh, unscheduled gaming, is that so? Is that on their roadmap or something? I haven't looked at any roadmaps recently. That's cool. There you go, 12.1.7. Now, the problem with that is that's not going to be spooky time. 12.1.7. Oh, geez. Like, that's going to be a ways off.
Hello.
They're gonna miss spooky time. It's not gonna be as good of an event if they don't make it for the Halloween season. I'm just saying, they might as well not even do it. If you're not gonna be able to release it in August, September, or October, then don't even release it this year. Just hang on to it. Like, it makes no sense, because when are they gonna release it? Like in the spring? Spring or summer of next year? Like, I don't know. Doesn't sound like a great plan to me. But what do I know? I'd hold off for maximum, like, theme. Maximum thematics. Shows standalone game mode. Yeah. It shows autumn on the map. Oh, man. They're gonna have the 0.7 patch out in autumn still? With 12.1, like, hitting now? I guess maybe they crank out content a lot faster than I think they do. I mean, that's part of the problem the game has, so I guess that makes sense. They're cranking out too much content, and it's coming out too fast, and too much of it is severely unpolished. Severely unpolished. Everything relating to storytelling, cinematics, questing, all of that is just basically unfinished. And they just ship it. They ship it because they want it. Apparently they have some crazy cadence that they think they have to release content. And so now they release content really quickly, but half of it's garbage. And the other half that might be good is usually full of bugs for the first week. Kind of exhausting. Okay. What else? You know, I think we can get the Longjaw Mud Snapper recipe from the guy over here. Yeah, we caught a bunch of those too.
Need help? Go with honor, friend.
Alright, let's not go over cap. Let's go ahead and train the next rank. Train all that stuff.
Safe travels. What can I do for you?
Look at all the weighty mud snappers we got. We got 10 pounder, 10 pounder, 10 pounder, and a 12 pounder. Mount the 12 pounder on the wall of my player house. Oh, wait. Oh, wrong game.
What are you looking for?
Alright, let's sell, like, basically everything. I'm gonna keep one snack. I'm gonna keep one stack of snacks. There we go. It worked out. Sell everything else. We gotta buy another bag, guys. I have to buy one more bag. I'm not gonna buy... I could buy the rest, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold out hope that maybe, just maybe, we find that one bag. And I don't have to buy all of them, you know? Lars, welcome to the stream. Good evening to you, buddy. Alright. Let's go get the crystal kelp fronds and finish up this chain before we, I want to head out to the east, obviously, do the warlock stuff, but we gotta get this tidied up first. Tidy this up. This will get us level 11, and that'll make doing stuff out to the east a bit easier for us. We should probably summon the imp now and get demon skin up. Could we make 6-slot bags yet? Oh. I don't know. I mean, I'm at 40 out of 75, so you tell me. We did some tailoring, but I didn't go to the trainer, and I didn't train new stuff. Which maybe was a mistake. So I don't know. 40 skill level, that'd be pretty young to let us craft bags. I feel like they're gonna make me wait till like skill level 80. Maybe 50? 50 maybe. I'm gonna guess 80 or 70. Because I feel like they'd make you wait a little bit longer. Because we got to 40 really quick. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. There we go, that's level 11. We are going to keep putting points into improved corruption, trying to get this down to an instant cast in 3 more levels so that we can actually use it. Got a gnome mage over here. I know how much you guys love your gnomes. The linen bag is at 50, wool bolts start at 80. Okay. So we're pretty close. If we farm up a little bit more linen, then we can do this probably when we turn in the Warlock quest. Let's aim for that. When we go to turn in the Warlock quest, let's aim for being able to make the bags. Even if that means we gotta farm a little bit of linen, because I don't know how much we're getting naturally. But it might not be a ton. Speaking of not getting a ton, these guys are not dropping the item. We haven't got a single item yet. Now that I've complained about it, maybe it'll start dropping. Watching me is not good for your alcoholism. No, don't. No, it's not. It's not, because if you hang out here for too long, you'll start to realize that any way you enjoy the game is okay. Any way you enjoy the game is okay. You and the game are going to have a personal experience, and it doesn't matter what other people think you should do or how they think you should play the game. Other people's you can play the game however you want. And if you hang out here long enough, that idea is going to cement itself in your head. So yeah. If you think you're prone to alts, but you don't want to be, then I'm probably a bad influence. Because I don't see any reason not to try a new character if you think you're going to dig it, or if you're interested, or if you're bored of what you're currently doing. Like, I don't see any reason not to. So, yeah. I feel like this is the island where the guys are, they're messed up, right? They're bugged out. I don't think we can fight these ones. I think we ought to head back over here. Now, do I really want to fight on the island at all? I kind of want to get that chest. This is going to be really messy. Like, bad things are going to happen here. I think we can deal with whatever happens. Oh, for a minute I thought all these guys were going to... Oh, no, this guy did come with. Okay. I feel like that's fine. Oh no, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's get a fear off. Now this is only gonna fear one of them, right? Yeah, that only feared one of them. Okay. That's okay. Who knows how many more guys he's gonna come back with, you know? Why can't I target him? There we go. Okay, we're bringing in more ads. We gotta hit this guy. Okay, okay. I'm gonna pop a potion. This is really sloppy, and I didn't handle it well. But it's okay, it works out. Could have been handled with a lot more elegance. I don't think I can mess with this island at all. Those guys are all like stacked right on top of each other. Yeah, let's go back over to the coast. Is he dead? Oh, what happened to him? Oh, he must have died. He needs to be a little bit more vocal when he dies. Oh, son of a biscuit. How dare you? The pet can't swim? Shenanigans. Absolute shenanigans. All right, there we go. Let's go back, we'll turn these in, we'll go down to the farm. I want to wrap up this whole chain. That way we don't have to worry about it later on. Yeah, though, let's get the pet back out. Before we run into yet more trouble. The Affordable Banana, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate you being here, and thanks for hanging out with us today.
Good day to you. You need something? What can I do for you? Hello. See you later.
Why did they let all these Forsaken so close to town? I mean, I get that it's the Dark Moon Fair, but I still don't think the residents of Goldshire would be okay with this. I feel like they'd still have problems with there being like multiple Forsaken out here. I don't know. Kind of a weird vibe.
Good day to you. How are you? See you around.
And she's gone. The potion actually sent her to the Shadowlands. And they never saw her again. Alright, we are going to shoot across the wilderness here. And we're going to head out to the frontier. Probably just kill whatever gets in our way, and we'll just keep hoping for bag drops. Even though we might be able to make them soon, it'd be great if we can just get some to drop. So I can convince myself the character's not cursed. So like an eternal life of no drops. When do I plan on finishing the Shadow Priest? I have no idea. I have no idea. The last time I played, I kind of realized, like... How do I explain it? How do I explain it in a way that doesn't make it sound like I'm just blasting it? Let me think for a minute. Okay, so here we go. Look at the zone that we're in. Like, look around at all the details. Look at the ground. Look at the distance. When I play retail, I realize there are so many details that it freaking blinds me. Like, I get like detail blinded. Or like, maybe it's just visually overwhelmed. When I'm trying to do quests and like enjoy the environment and find my way around, there's so much going on and there's so many layers to like what's happening in the environment. It's too much. It's almost like you know when like a kid has when a kid does a painting and it gets to a certain point and they show you the painting or the drawing or whatever it is, and you'll be like, oh, that's pretty good. And they'll be like, well, you know, I think I could add this, 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 and this. And you're like, well, hold on now, because it looks really good right now. And I'm thinking that if you add this, 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 and this, you're going to ruin it. You don't really say it that way to a kid. And then the kid goes and he adds a top hat and a monocle. And then he gets to a point where he hates the thing that he made. because it's too many things. It was one thing and then it became too much. And I feel like WoW's environments and modern WoW, like all of their design, let's just say it's more simple to say every single aspect of their design personifies the idea of that was too much. You should have stopped back here. You did too much. And the result of them doing too much is like, the weird effect it has on me is like, even when I get on and I have fun playing, it wears me out. It like tires me. Or maybe it's just that I've been like, maybe it's being overstimulated that's tiring me. But every time I play Modern WoW, I freaking get tired. Like by the time I'm done, like I need to go shut my eyes. And that never happens with Classic. I can play Classic for 6 or 7 hours in a day. And I don't get to the point where like, now I have to go shut my eyes because I've been bombarded with all, and it's just like, I don't like it. I don't like how it makes me feel. I just don't like how it makes me feel. That's all. And like, there are parts of it, even like I said, even when I'm enjoying content, it still exhausts me. And I don't like that. I don't know what the deal is. But I do think it's something where like there's not enough negative space. Like you can look at this environment in front of us and there is some empty space. There is ground with nothing on it. There is space between trees where we can see off into the distance. And you don't get anything like that in modern WoW. Everything is completely over-designed from a visual standpoint, and it's beautiful. If you look at it and you don't try to move through it, it's beautiful. But if you're trying to navigate it, if you're trying to explore it and get immersed in it, man, it's just overstimulating. I can't focus on the environment the way I'd like to because of it. Like, I find myself unable to find things, unable to navigate. I'll get stuck on things in the environment in retail, and like, I won't even know I'm stuck because there's so much shit bombarding my eyes that I don't see the mushroom that I'm stuck on, or like whatever it is. I think I'm done. I think I'm just done for now. Because it's like nothing. It's just when the whole thing is just too much. When even the stuff I enjoy in the game wears me out, it's probably time to like just step back. Did they kill Serena? That was a Warlock, right? I think they killed Serena and they leashed these two. That leaves us in kind of a shitty spot. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We got another quest we could be doing here anyway. Let's head out to the logging camp first. And then maybe... Oh wait, did she respawn? No, that's not her. Yeah, let's just go grab the logging camp quest. Yeah, they killed her out here. The rant about it being too detailed wasn't on your bingo card. Yeah, that's all I can really think that it is. I don't know what to say. And when it comes to being over-designed, everything's like that. The button pushing is over-designed. The environments are over-designed. The spell effects are over-designed. And like, maybe it's just because I'm old, but it really like it just wears me out. Like, having to look at all of it wears me out. And it could just be that I'm 42 years old.
Light be with
But it could just be that I don't like being overstimulated in that way.
Greetings.
And it's just like, it becomes apparent the more and more that I try to play. And I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm just done for right now.
For the Alliance.
They gotta figure out a way.
Go with honor, friend.
No, they don't have to do anything. But the problem is, it's so much of a game that it's not at all a world. Just let's leave it at that. It's become so much over-designed as a game. Every single moment of it is game. Every single moment of Modern WoW is game, and none of it is world. None of it is like immersive or present. Like, it's all game. Every single moment of it. And there's no empty space in the design. There's no empty space in the design for your imagination to take hold, and for your imagination just to kind of like get you immersed in the setting and get you immersed in what you're doing. Like, every single moment is like banging keys pounding keys, running here, flying here, and it's all just constant bombardment of game. And like, I want a good balance of game and world. I want a good balance of like having to take actions, but being able to get immersed. I want there to be moments of uptime in combat, and then I want there to be moments of downtime where like maybe we're traveling, maybe we're just in an area that's kind of empty of mobs for a minute. Like, I want to be able to appreciate things as crests and troughs, whereas like modern WoW is somehow all crest. It's like a wave with all crests, and since it's all crest, you don't appreciate the crest because you only appreciate the up when there's a down. And so when it's all up, 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 it just wears me out.
Greetings.
And it's not going to ever change.
Be careful.
Like, the way they make zones isn't going to change. The button pressing isn't going to change. If anything, the button pushing, the environments, they're all going to become even more over-designed than they already are. But they're never going to go backwards. They're never going to say, hey, maybe we should introduce some soft, empty space to the zones. Like, find me a zone, like in the War Within, where you can look into the distance and you can actually see this much ground without like shit coming out of the ground, or things growing out of the ground, or vines twining out of the ground, or 17 more trees right in my foreground, right where I want to travel. Like, there's no zones like this anymore. You know, they don't make zones with any normal, natural feeling empty space. The kind of empty space that makes you feel like, well, this is a place where people could live. You know, this is a place where I can chill and be immersed. There's nothing like it. And there never will be. Because Modern WoW is all about the gameplay. And it's no longer, there's no longer any world that really matters. That's it. Rant over. Thoughts? Opinions? Hate? Vitriol? I'm ready for any of it. But I think I'm done. Dragon's Bane, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, buddy. Very kind of you. You are rant satisfied. There you go, rant satisfied. I like it. Yeah, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play Classic, and I'm gonna wait for Classic Plus. And then Classic Plus will have to be where I get my new WoW, because I don't know, you know? I'm just not into it. I'm just not into it. The other thing is, like, whenever you are in Silvermoon, like, you look around and, like, I don't want to be a dick, but everything and everybody just looks so stupid. All the mounts look so stupid. A lot of the transmog looks really stupid. And it's like, what happened to people just looking fucking awesome? You know what I mean? Like, you used to look at people that were standing around and they'd look awesome, or they'd have an awesome mount. Now I look around and everybody looks stupid. And it's like, I don't even want to look around at people. Nobody looks cool because everybody just looks dumb. And it's just like, I don't know what the game... It reminds me of, like, when my kid plays Fortnite. I don't know if you guys probably don't play a lot of Fortnite, but, like, in Fortnite, like, characters are just whatever character they are, and it's like a goddamn mess. Like, you queue up into a Fortnite lobby and you got like a guy who looks normal. You got like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man over here. You have somebody from Amazing Digital Circus over here. You have like just a normal army dude here, and like everybody looks completely cartoon random, like a Saturday morning cartoon mashup. And that's exactly what WoW looks like now. Like, When you stand around in WoW, it looks like a Saturday morning cartoon mashup. Except it all looks dumb. And I'm just, yeah, I guess I'm just over it. I don't like the story direction. I don't like the character direction. If I'm overwhelmed by the visuals and I'm overwhelmed by the gameplay, I'll just let sadistic people keep playing it and enjoying it however they enjoy it. I just don't know if I can. Because I especially don't want to play a game that leaves me feeling tired and worn out after I've played it. That's the biggest thing. Durden, I appreciate that, but no way in hell. But thanks for the $6, man. I appreciate the $6. You could not pay me any amount of money, like maybe $1 million. If someone was like, I'll give you $1 million to stream for 24 hours, well, yeah. Then, and if by stream you mean I leave the stream running and I sleep right here in this chair when I get tired, then yeah. But no, short of $1 million, my friend, there's probably nothing that can make me do something so fucking stupid. As to try to stream for 24 hours. That just seems like one of the most retarded things a person could ever do. Because obviously there's gonna be problems, you know? Like, do I want a blood clot to travel from my knee to my heart and kill me on stream? Like, that's what I really have to ask myself there.
Farewell.
Yeah, the price is $1 mil. To risk my health and safety, $1 million. So at least if I die, like, my kid will have some money.
Hey there. Have a good one.
All right.
What can I do for you?
Cool. Let's sell down to 1 stack here. I feel like that's fine. Gotta find some bears. Let's head out a little bit more in this direction. There should be some more bears over here. And then at some point we gotta scout the Jasperlode mine. How much for a standard 3 to 5 hour stream of a No More? You're nothing. You guys can't. You guys know how I do. No one's gonna bribe me to do any certain thing. I'm just gonna play what I want. You can't bribe me to play. No Warrior, Ooh. Probably not gonna happen unless it's a hardcore character. That way I know for sure, like, I won't have to play it for very long, right? If it's a hardcore No Warrior, at least I know I won't have to play it for long. I think the highest we've gotten a warrior in hardcore is like level 26. Maybe not even level 26. We haven't gotten a warrior very high in hardcore. Just hasn't happened. Transmog ruined WoW in too many mounts. I don't think Transmog ruined that part of it. Because Transmog is good, but not when you introduce, like, you have so many cosmetics and you sell so many cosmetics. When your whole game becomes based around people buying and chasing cosmetics, then Transmog is, like, it's junk because, like I said, everybody just looks stupid and incongruous. Nobody, you get a group of players together, they don't even look like they're part of the same game. They don't even look like they live in the same universe. Nonetheless, being like all residents of Azeroth or all members of the Horde or all members of the Alliance, they don't look like they belong to the same game. And so it's not, it's a more a matter of just like too many appearances that are appearances for the sake of appearance. That don't really have a basis in the game, that like the sweatsuits and stuff. You know, like, oh, I can dress my Blood Elf in a nice cozy sweatsuit. That kind of cosmetic, that's Fortnite level cosmetics, okay? Like, you have cosmetics in games that are like thematic to the game, that make your character look badass, like that are lore relevant. All that stuff is great. Make as much of that as you want. But when you start making stuff like inner tube summer outfits and like, you know, furry pajama outfits, you just have, it's just bloat. It's too much, and everybody just ends up looking silly. And nobody fits into the world, you know? But then again, like, it's a game where people don't care about that. And that's my point, is like, that's kind of my reason for stepping away. Is that's the game people are playing, that's the game people want. That's not the World of Warcraft I want to walk around in. Like, I don't want to spend my time in that Azeroth. I don't want to spend my time in the Disney Azeroth. Like, if I'm going to spend my time in a video game, I want to spend it in an Azeroth that's like this. Not the Disney-ified one that we have in Modern WoW. Because I just don't enjoy... I don't enjoy looking at stuff. You think I focus too much on the world, but that's what I care about. That's what you don't get. And it's been weeks of you not getting it. And I don't think you're ever going to. Yeah, I care about immersion. I care about the world. I care about the vibe. I care about the setting. I care about all that intangible shit that just makes gaming feel really good for me. Because that's the kind of person that I am. And so there's no way I can focus too much on it, because that's literally what I care about. Like, I care about feeling like I'm part of a world, you know? When I'm playing the game, I want to feel like I'm part of that world. I want to get immersed at least a little bit. And I don't want to deal with things that are actively, intentionally trying to break the immersion. You know. And retail's full of stuff like that. And it's fine. Like, people can keep playing. I just don't think I'm going to. Like, I don't think they shouldn't change a thing. They obviously have a good thing going for themselves. The people that want to chase all the cosmetics and stuff are gonna have, like, they're gonna have endless hours of doing that. And it's fine. But I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm just gonna wait for Classic Plus. Because I wanna see new WoW. You know, I wanna see new WoW, and right now the only place to see new WoW is Modern WoW, and it's garbage, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm sick of trying to, like, dig and dig and dig for the small bits of time that I can enjoy with it. I shouldn't have to put so much effort in finding the enjoyment. Like, I can log into Classic, I can run out into any zone on any character in Classic, and I can instantly be having a good time. You know, I can pull out my fishing rod and start fishing in Stormwind, and I'm instantly having a good time. But when I try to play retail, I have to try really hard and focus a lot on, like, unearthing the bits of content that I'm actually not going to hate. And sometimes I think I'm gonna like content, and I get into the content, and I'm like, oh shit, this is garbage content. Like the microplanets, like the recent story stuff in 12.0.7. Like, sometimes I try bits of content, and it turns out they're garbage. And then that leaves me in a really shitty position for that day, because I'm like, well, I thought I was going to be able to have fun with this. Now I realize this is not fun. Now I don't have a plan. In Classic, I just play the game. And the only thing I have to do is log into the character. That's it. I'm off to the races. Yeah, I don't want to have to form an elaborate plan to enjoy myself every time I turn on a video game. I think that's ludicrous. If I can't log in and start having fun right away, I ought to do something else. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just do something else. I shouldn't have to dig or try that hard to find a way to enjoy the game. It's crazy. Especially when I talked about earlier, the very fundamental existence of the game, I don't like. Looking at the zones is too much stimulation. I don't enjoy navigating the zones. Because I often find myself just being bombarded with too much crap. And then when I'm done playing, I gotta go take a nap. That's it. That's all. Oh boy. Okay, see, I knew this was gonna be a can of worms, but I was gonna have to talk about it eventually. Eventually, I was gonna have to talk about it because I don't have any plans to play retail right now anytime in the future, so it was gonna have to come up. Do I think the storyline of the World Soul Saga will get better? Or after the World Soul Saga? No. No, I don't. I don't think it'll get better. Because it's not even about it. It's like, it's how the story is presented. It's how the world and the lore are dealt with in the game. It's just been bad for so long. Like, I don't think it's ever going to get better. I don't know how because they don't care about it. And this is what I mean when I say modern WoW is 98% gameplay. It's 98% gameplay. All of the work and effort and talent go into creating the systems. They spend most of their time creating the systems. The classes, the abilities, the quests, the power shit, like the framework of the actual gamey bits. All of the development goes into the game, and only 5% of effort and skill go into story, lore, immersion, world building. Just like, they don't even know how to make a zone that a person could even get immersed in. They haven't made immersive zones maybe since Lich King. Like, whereas like you can be in a zone and just feel like, yeah, this is a place that's just kind of doing its own thing, and you can feel like it's not just some gameplay level. You know, they haven't made zones like that maybe since Lich King. So no, I don't think anything about how they do the story is ever going to get better. Because I don't want the story to get better. I actually want them to focus a lot less on the story, and I want them to focus more on building the world, on building the zones, on making the zones interesting places to be. Make the zones places that I want to spend time, where I want to explore, where I want to, and make a zone that I can look at, you know, for more than 10 minutes without getting a headache. But they're not going to do any of that stuff. So regardless of what direction the story goes in, it's not going to change my opinion of it or make me want to play it. Because they're going to keep focusing on story and handling story the exact same way they've done since probably Legion. Legion is when they started to really focus, and then Draenor 2, I guess, had a really big MSQ. But, you know, the bus isn't turning around anytime soon. We're going to keep going in this direction. It's not going to get better. Azure Span. Okay, Azure Span was okay. But in the framework of Dragonflight, Azure Span is still garbage, because all you do is you just fly around. You fly around, you fly around, you fly around. Oh, what a beautiful immersive zone that I flew around through. Woo-wee. Now, the storytelling and the quests were good. The Blue Dragonflight stuff was actually good, and you get that sometimes in Modern WoW. You'll get a quest line that's really good, like the Blue Dragonflight quest, like the Heritage Armor quest lines are often good. But holistically, the game is not like that. That is not the Blue Dragonflight quests are not the experience you get while doing an MSQ. They're not the experience you get for doing most side quests. That was a rare one-off, just like the Human Heritage Armor. Really good storyline, really good quest writing, but that's not your typical experience. If that was the typical experience, then the game would be much better to play. That's the point. You don't have to fly. I know. I should just not use the in-game stuff that they built the world intentionally around. You know, they built all the zones intentionally with flying in mind, but I should ground myself. I tried that. It doesn't work. When you ground yourself in some of those Dragonflight zones, the zone seems like weirdly ill-proportioned to you, and the spacing of mobs seems very weird, because the zones were designed to fly through. And the moment you stop doing that, you kind of break how they feel, and then they feel worse. Because I did that. I tried to just stay on the ground, and it just felt like shit. And again, I don't want to... This is what I already talked about. I don't want to artificially have to find ways to have fun. Does that make sense? When you play a game, you shouldn't have to artificially invent ways to have fun with the game. Part of good game design is that you have fun naturally using all the elements of the game that the developers provided you with. If I have to cut and pick and choose what parts of the game I'm going to use or engage with, that's a poorly designed game, or it's a game that's not designed for me. Why would I bother doing any of that? I'll just play a game that I like. Anyway. Let's leave it at that. I'm just going to keep playing Classic. You guys don't care if I play Retail anyway. There are plenty of people that play retail that enjoy it. There are plenty of people that play retail that are much better at it than I am. And I don't think it's going to be a great loss to the world if I just don't play it. And that's where we're at. And yeah, I'm not complaining about retail in the sense that I want them to change anything. I don't give a shit what they do with the game. They should and will keep making it exactly for the audience they're making it for, because that's making them a lot of money. And that's what it's all about in capitalism. So no, I'm not complaining from the sense that I think they should do anything different. I just don't enjoy it. I'm just talking about all the things I don't enjoy about it. And so my solution is going to be, you know, to not play. It's as easy as that. You know, they're going to keep doing whatever makes them money. And what I'll do is I'll just keep focusing on whatever brings me joy. And it's not going to be the same thing. But somebody can definitely talk about the shit in a game they think is bad. And if you just go through life saying, well, you're just complaining. Oh, well, then too bad. Don't listen to it. Now, I'm not asking them to change anything or even saying they should change anything. They should keep making the game they're making. As long as people are silly enough to keep logging in and spending money in the in-game shop, they should keep doing that. Because while they're doing that, that's going to fund Classic Plus. So I want people to keep playing retail, and I want them to keep buying all the dumb cosmetics that make the world look like a Fortnite lobby. Because as long as they're doing that, the company might have the money to make Classic Plus, which will maybe be a game that I can enjoy. Keep an eye out for plus shadow damage gear. It makes a big difference. Right on, I will. I need forest bears, like, badly. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, like, keep in mind, like, I don't like talking shit about WoW. I don't like that WoW has all these things about it that I don't like. Because, you know, I've been a fan of the game since Warcraft 3. I've been a fan of Blizzard since StarCraft. Like, original fucking StarCraft. And not because I played it as a 5-year-old on my daddy's knee. But I was a teenager when I played StarCraft. I was in my 20s when I played WoW. Like, these games and this company is like a formative part of, like, my imagination. You know, they own a big corner of like my imaginative real estate in the way that I kind of like developed my imagination. You know, it's hard to describe, but when I see the game in the state it's in and I keep going back and I keep trying to fucking enjoy myself and I can't do it no matter how hard I try, it's upsetting. Like, I spent a couple days after this last attempt on the Shadow Priest, like, I knew I wasn't enjoying myself. I knew what some of the problems were, and I didn't want to really accept it. I kept thinking, like, well, maybe I'll get over some of these issues. Like, no, you're not going to get over these issues. But it sucks, because, you know, you want to like the game, because it's been a part of your life for so long, but it just gets to a point where, like, I can't keep ignoring all the shit that I don't like, because the stuff I don't like is now, like, 95% of the experience. And so I don't enjoy, like, coming to those conclusions, you know? I wish there was a middle ground where, like, the sweaty fucking gamers could have a game they like, and then within that game, there could still be a game that I like. But there's not. The game is for sweaties and for collectors. And I'm an immersion guy. I just want to get immersed. I don't want to collect shit. I don't want to get sweaty. Like, I just want to play the game. Good thing here, we got a red bag. Look at that. That's a red ranting bag. For a bloody ranter. You just have to change your mindset and outlook. What is your problem? How many times am I going to tell you that that kind of thinking is a huge problem? Why do you keep telling me that I have to change? Would you please fucking stop? Thanks. Okay, so like, I know you don't like anything about this game. Like, but what you have to do, bro, listen, bro, what you have to do. Change every fucking thing about yourself. Just change everything about yourself, bro. And then you know what? I bet you'll like the game. Bro, just be like me. And bro, just what you gotta do is like your outlook, change it. Your opinions, alter them. Do everything you can to play this game. What is your problem? You realize how unhinged that is, right? To tell somebody that? After everything I've already said? Do you realize how demented that is? Bro, have you simply tried having the same opinion as me? Oh my god, I'm close to kicking you. I'm gonna give you the blatant warning. I'm close to booting you. Because you seem like a person that you can't think about any fucking person except yourself. You can only see yourself and your own opinions, and you don't seem capable of ever acknowledging anybody else's. And this is not the place for that.
Good day to you.
This is not the place for someone who simply says, well, you ought to change. I'm not asking you to change. I'm not telling you that you're retarded for playing Modern WoW. I'm not trying to get you to focus on Classic. Why are you trying to get me to change to like a game that I'm not enjoying? What is wrong with you? Read his name. I know. I've read the name. It's insane. And I've been really patient with you because I thought, like, you know, maybe this guy will open his eyes and fucking see that not everybody in the world is like him, and they ought not to be. But it hasn't happened yet. Fucking forest bears, man. Where are all these forest bears at? Pretty sad that StarCraft lost so much popularity. The thing is, I don't think StarCraft ever lost a lot of popularity. Blizzard stopped giving a shit about StarCraft. They stopped supporting it. They weren't making any more games. Like, I don't think it lost popularity on its own. People were playing StarCraft 2, like, after Blizzard had said that they weren't supporting it anymore. Blizzard just, they weren't making enough money. There wasn't enough money in it. And like, cause they start comparing every IP to how much to WoW. And so like the idea became like, if it's not making money comparable to World of Warcraft, we ought not to even make the game. And so they stopped making all these games that were good games that people liked. Heroes of the Storm, like I fucking loved Heroes of the Storm, StarCraft 2, and they thought, well, these games are not making as much money as the WoW cash shop, so we ought to not make these games. So I don't think they lost popularity. Blizzard killed the games. And then obviously once a game studio comes out and they say, listen, we're not supporting this game anymore, yes, then it's going to lose popularity. Because who wants to play a dead game that the devs have come out and said this game is dead? But no, it's in reverse. They killed the games before they lost popularity, just because the cash shops weren't making as much money as World of Warcraft. Like, that's the reason. That's the only reason we don't have StarCraft today. It's the only reason we don't have Heroes of the Storm today, is not because they lost popularity, not because they were bad games. We don't have them today because they didn't make as much money as the WoW cash shop. And somehow that became the low standard for every single IP at Blizz. Like, as soon as they were owned by Activision, that became the only standard for whether or not a game was succeeding. Is the cash shop making as much money as World of Warcraft? Well, fuck no, it's not going to. You know, and Microsoft understands stuff like that, and that's why you might see more StarCraft games under Microsoft. But it was never that the games became unpopular. Like, that wasn't it at all. It was just complete fucking greed and short-sightedness and stupidity that caused us to lose StarCraft for like a decade now. We've been without StarCraft. And to some degree, like, I think they should miss Heroes of the Storm, because I think Heroes of the Storm was really good. And it got better all the time. Heroes of the Storm needs to be released on Steam. I think that would have been good for it too. Yeah, putting Heroes on Steam. A game like Heroes of the Storm on Steam, like a free-to-play game like that, would pop off on Steam. If they had put it on Steam back in the day, it would have popped off. Absolutely. Yep. All right. Ooh, man, it's been a ranty morning. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, guys. Let's just fix this problem permanently. Okay, there we go. We don't have to deal with that anymore. All right. I still need bears. One more bear. He's out here somewhere. Do I have characters on Spine Shatter? No, Thunderstrike EU on the EU side, and then Dream Scythe on the US side. That's where my characters are at. Secretly, I hope that Microsoft will bring Heroes of the Storm back. I don't know why I had so much fun with that game, but I did. I used to play a game called Monday Night Combat on Steam. I don't know if any of you guys remember Monday Night Combat. It was like a, I guess it was a MOBA, like a hero shooter style, like lane defense type of thing. And I had a lot of fun with that too. And like Heroes of the Storm kind of reminded me of that. Except, like, with a different camera perspective, obviously.
Greetings. For the Alliance.
Alright, what to do now? Linen bandanas, okay, let's go down to the farm. We can do all the farm stuff. Including the Voidwalker stuff. What is it about Classic that I like? It's too much to sum up. It's just you got to play it to see it. It's the immersion that gets created. It's just that the place, when you run around Classic WoW, it feels like a place that exists on its own. It doesn't necessarily feel like you're playing like gameplay levels. It's just this huge open world, and it's all like very convincing in and of itself. You know, it's not realistic, so it's like hard to describe. But it's the way that the world can seem to kind of like persist on its own. Like, you come into the place and you believe like, yes, this is a world that exists. You know, not quite literally, not in the literal sense. Yeah, the immersion. That's really the only way to say it. Every time we come here, someone's killing her. I don't have a pet again. My pet died at some point. I guess we're gonna hang out here, we'll kill the guys for the bandanas, and we'll just wait for her to respawn. Let's go after Princess. Let's get her right now, because if we wait even a minute... Was that a knife? Oh, look at that. Did you guys see that throwing weapon? That throwing weapon came in right after we hit. See, I knew somebody was going to pull her any second. Alright, so that's Princess. We gotta hang out over here and, like, wait for her to respawn. In the meantime, we'll kill these guys. Classic should have evolved before they released TBC. You should have evolved before typing that in my chat. Oh, there she is. Oh no, Imp! Imp, what are you doing? Alright. We gotta tag her. Alright, Imp, I need you on this. Oh dear God. Okay, here we go. Let's do the fear. Let's maybe line of sight this fireball. Okay, good. Let's do that. Imp is dead. She should die any second. Okay, she's dead. Let's run out here and drop threat. Very sloppy. You know, could have done that any number of ways. I saw another player kind of positioning themselves by the door. And I was pretty sure they were going to try to tag her, so... I didn't have a lot of time to set that up any neater than we did. Nice to see so many people still leveling. Yeah, TBC is still very active. You know, because people like to roll alts. I know it's hard to believe. We got a lot of people out here rolling alts. Alright, 5 more bandanas. Yes, I know. I'll summon my imp out. You're very smart. You're right. I don't have my imp. Apparently, though, for these guys, we don't really need him. On Wings of Love, welcome back. Just had to knock out a quick gruel. Nice. You got to miss some epic ranting. Then you're probably better off for having missed it. Listen back. Yeah, somebody told me I should change everything about myself to like retail more. And that I hadn't given retail its fair shot and I lost it. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to my rant because I think I blacked out. You know when they say like you get really upset and you see red? That shit's actually true. Like I feel like I blacked out when I read that. I'm like, oh, I should change everything about myself. And wait, I've never given the game a chance. Do you know how many freaking hours I've put into retail trying to love it? Oh my god. Like, I've put thousands of hours into the game trying to like it. How am I not giving it a chance? Yeah, like I blacked out. I don't even know what I said. The camera was shaking. Like, my whole body was shaking, yeah. And I know I should just like, I don't know, because like I know I should just go for the kick button instead, but like, I've already accidentally read the thing, you know, I've already accidentally read it. Man. That was a new one. I've had people say lots of things to me. I've never had somebody tell me that I should change everything about myself and my perceptions to like a game because most of us really like it. Whoever the hell that is. I know most of us is not the people in this stream because a lot of the people in this stream don't play retail and don't care. But yeah, that was a first. I'd never been told that before, so I didn't have any defenses against reacting. Like, I have some pretty decent defenses against like normal things that people sling at me, but that was a new one. I'd never seen anything like that. Dre, I appreciate that, man. Nothing planned for right now. We're only level 12, but I appreciate the thought. Even if you hadn't played it, why would you have to change things about yourself to like it? Oh, exactly. And furthermore, like, please explain, how does one go about changing themselves in that way? Like, let's say, for instance, that I wanted to change myself. Well, now, how the hell would I do that? You know, so let's say I have a problem, and my problem is that I don't enjoy looking at retail WoW. It hurts me. And so if that's my problem and I ought to change myself, how do I go about doing that exactly? Because I tried just putting up with it. You know, I said I'll keep playing and playing, you know, it makes me feel tired, I'm not having a great time, but I'll keep trying it. But when I think about how one would actually change themselves, I can't figure out how you would do it. If I'm the one who has a problem, how am I going to change myself? I don't even know where to begin. Change my perceptions. That seems more metaphysical than anything else. I don't think there's really any way to do that. You can pretend, oh, you can pretend to like something, you know? That's an easy way out. You can't really change yourself or what you like or don't like, but you can pretend. And maybe if you just make yourself into the biggest fucking liar on the planet, you can convince yourself that you like something that you don't like. So maybe that's possible. Maybe you could change yourself through deluding yourself. But I don't think there's any way you could change yourself and still be honest. And I thought he was a kid too, but the guy said he's 6 years younger than me. I'm 42. So if he's 6 years younger than me, he's 36. And to still have such an infantile mindset at 36 is fucking frightening. Because at first, like, you know, he said some things in the past, and I thought, well, you must be a young person. Only a really young person would be so naive about other people and so unwilling to accept that other people are real. You must be a young... But he said no. He said, I'm 6 years younger than you. So you're a 36-year-old that has no empathy or understanding for other human beings. Like, that's fucking scary. Absolutely terrifying. You've gotten to a point at 36 where you can't even accept that a person doesn't like a game the way you like it and that they ought to change. You're going to have a lot of problems in the world with that kind of mindset. You're going to get into a lot of trouble out there. It's not going to be a fun time, I don't think. Right into the rant we go! You threw me back into the rant. Yeah. Back to the rant! Back to the pile! Did you see a red bag? We got a red bag during, like, I think it was right after I blacked out and came back from reacting to that guy. Like, I think right around then we got the red bag. Yeah. So we finally found a bag during the most emotionally tumultuous part of the stream for me. I'd hate to end up as the... Can you imagine being that guy's significant other? If he thinks I ought to change everything about myself to like a video game, what's he gonna expect from somebody in a relationship? Jesus Christ, can you imagine that? How toxic is that gonna get? Why not cast Agony and Corruption? It's just not worth it right now because the mobs don't stay alive long enough. You know what I mean? The mobs die really fast, so if you're gonna cast a lot of... and also, Corruption's not instant yet. Once we get Corruption down to an instant cast, then I'll be using it more. But right now, it's like a use of mana, and it doesn't get to tick for long enough. Like, especially Curse of Agony. Curse of Agony deals more damage as it gets closer to expiring. So if you're not going to be fighting the fight for more than 24 seconds, which is how long it lasts, you don't really want to bother with it. It's just a waste of mana. If you were in a longer fight, like a boss fight, then you would definitely want to get all the dots up. But when you're just fighting stuff in the world, it dies really quick. Like, we just do Immolate, Pet Attack, and Shadow Bolt, and then we wand it down. And our wand is really strong right now. Like, wands on casters in Classic, especially early on, are very powerful. If you have a good wand, you're good to go. Starlord, good afternoon, man. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for joining us. Oh my god, why did my imp... Did you guys see what my imp just did? My imp just opened up on those guys for no reason. I did not ask him to do that. I swear I did not click anybody. I don't know why he opened up on those guys. They must have looked at him the wrong way. Starlord with the 5 gifted memberships. That is incredibly generous of you. I really appreciate the support. Welcome to the 5 new people. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us today as we play some TBC Classic. Welcome, welcome. Indy, good morning to you and welcome to the stream. No, 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 no. You had your chance. You had your chance, and I gave you plenty of chances. And you're done, man. Like, you're just done here. Let's agree that you're done. You know, I don't want to have to report you for harassment. So let's just say that you're done. You can go off somewhere and live your life. You can have your maniacal ideas of humans around other people who are not me or my community. Because I really don't want someone in my chat that is so fucking ignorant that they don't understand that people are completely allowed just to like the things they like, to enjoy the things they enjoy, and to avoid the shit they don't enjoy. If you don't understand that, I don't want you around me, and I don't want you around my community. Please piss off. Thank you. I would very much appreciate it if you go find someone else on the internet who plays the game the way you want to see it be played. Start by finding a retail streamer, because you obviously like retail, so I would start there, but either way, just don't keep coming around here, okay? Yeah, he made a second account, yep. Like, nobody agrees with you and nobody's on your side. Everybody acknowledges that, like, the way you think is wrong. It's just fucking ignorant. You're not gonna have people on your side thinking the way that you think. And like, ooh, you're in trouble, I think. I think you might be in some kind of metaphysical trouble. I'm not an expert on it, but you might want to find somebody who is. It was instant. Yeah, he just said more of the same shit. He said, you can change... He says, you can change yourself. Okay. Okay, that was the very first... I read that far. I read as far as, you can change yourself. And I was like, okay. Probably not a great reason to read any more of this. And so I didn't. No, not like this! Okay, 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 we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Let's get out of here. Let's reset. Let's get a little emotional reset. And like a little physical reset. Yeah, how can someone say I need to change my mind when they're so triggered they have to make an alt account? Yeah, to keep arguing the same point. Right, exactly. It's like, it's a person who's obviously incapable of accepting anybody else or changing in any way, insisting that somebody else change. Makes sense. It's the internet, you know. It's the internet. This is how some people are on the internet. This is the only bad thing about streaming. I love streaming and I love hanging out with you guys when we play Classic. But it's like those 1 in 100 people. I'd say it's about 1 in every 100. 1 in every 100 people on the internet is a complete nut job. Like, sometimes not in an obvious way. You know what I mean? And sometimes it takes a while for the full depths of their depravity to come to light. But inevitably it does. And I think today it did. Katie, welcome to the stream. I'm doing well. I'm sorry you've had a bad weekend. My weekend hasn't been bad. I probably seem like I'm in a weird mood right now, but everything's been good. Thanks for being here. I hope your day gets better. We just had a psycho in chat. Just a psycho. No big deal. Mr. Santa, you prefer Pepsi to Coke? I think you ought to change. You know, I think you ought to change everything about yourself, because understand that most of us here like Coke. And so because of that, I think you ought to change yourself and everything about yourself. Dragon's Bane says, I'm the only normal person here. I mean, that could be true. Yeah, the world's getting more terrifying. It really is. Well, I'd say the world, because when we say the world, we mean people, right? We don't want to say people, right? Like, you mean people are getting more terrifying. We don't like to say it that way. So we say the world's getting worse, or the world is a worse place. The world is just the setting. We're the actors, you know? When things get worse, it's just because people are getting worse. We don't like to say that, because we don't like to believe it. We like to we say the world's getting worse, because then that it shifts the blame off of people, you know? And we can think, well, people are basically good, but the world's gone to shit. But I think, like, the important thing to keep in mind is, like, the world is the stage. We're the actors. If our interactions are going to shit, it's because people are shit. And, you know, well, I guess maybe they ought to change. Except the problem is, like, how do we change? You know, we don't, for the most part. Some of us are totally ignorant, and some of us just don't like retail WoW. And there probably isn't really a way to change us. What used to be okay is, like, just to be accepting. Like, people have always been kind of crazy and different and had their own way of life, right? But I think we used to be more accepting of it. We used to just be like, well, you know, people are people. Let people like what they like. Let them dislike what they dislike. And as long as no one's getting hurt, we just let people be. But, like, more and more, we're not willing to do that. We hear that somebody doesn't like what we like, and we need to argue it. They argue it too far, and we say, well, you just ought to be different. Something's completely wrong with you. And we're just like, most people are unwilling to accept that other humans are different and to say that that's okay.
Go with honor, friend.
So that's become our biggest problem. Just the idea that, like, the idea is I can't enjoy what I enjoy as much if you don't enjoy it too. And also, you must enjoy and look at things in the way that I do, because that validates my experience. And if you're not doing that, if you're not validating what I feel, then you are wrong and you ought to change. Like, it's that mentality that's got people, like, really twisted up. And, like, I don't know if that's always been that way. And now that I'm older, I just see it more in people. And maybe when I was younger, I didn't see it as much. Or if that's like a shift, if it's like a paradigm shift in, like, society and in people. Because if I think back, like, 10, 15 years, like, I don't remember people being quite like this. But then again, you know, I was younger, probably more naive to things. So it could be that I just didn't see it. Or maybe that I wasn't exposed to it to the same degree that I am now.
Have a good one.
Alright, that's everything done. Everything's done. Can we hearth back? Oh, you know what? Let's not hearth back. Let's go get the Red Ridge flight point. We'll take the Red Ridge flight point back to Stormwind. We'll get our Void Walker. And then we can get back to Goldshire. I think that's the plan. Yeah, it's the old algorithm. And the first time I saw this was like 25 years ago on Penny Arcade. It's the algorithm of anonymity plus an audience equals a complete asshole. Like, that's what the internet did, right? Anonymity plus an audience creates a jackhole. And now that we have more internet and more anonymity and more platforms, I think people have, you know, sometimes people let the worst of themselves out. They don't feel like they need to control those impulses in any way. And I guess that's a thing that just gets worse and worse over time. I kind of hoped as people got more used to, like, interacting in the online space, that the online space would be treated more like the real life space, and we would kind of, like, avoid that downward curve. You know, where, like, when online communication became more, like, prominent and commonplace, that we would just become normal people on the internet, and we wouldn't think that we could just shoot off and say whatever we want and have, you know, no consequences.
Light be with you.
But we didn't. It didn't go that way. Yeah, there's less anonymity, but people don't care anymore. Yeah, because people don't have any sense of any kind of consequence, even for themselves. Like, there's just no sense of consequence. Like, not only do people not care about other people or how the things they do affect other people, like, people don't even seem to be able to care about how the things they do will affect them later on. You know, it's like, if it doesn't affect me instantly, I can do whatever I want. It's like, well, it might affect you in like 10 minutes. Like, there might be some big consequences to your bad behavior down the road, but people aren't used to consequences or something, so they just do whatever they want. And the a-holes feel more powerful thanks to their reach on social pages. Yeah. Yeah, like, it's, you get an audience, right? Your power is the audience. It's anonymity plus an audience.
Hello. Safe travels.
Need help? What can I do for you? Light bless you.
Can I help you?
We're too young here to pick up any of the other quests, so yeah, let's just fly back.
Farewell.
Guys, I'm gonna get some more coffee. I'm gonna go AFK for 1 second. I'm gonna fill my coffee up. I will be right back. All right. Let's go get the Voidwalker, shall we? Now, the real question is, am I going to use the Voidwalker right away? Or do we just want to keep using the Imp until not having a tank becomes a problem? So far, we've been doing pretty good with the Imp. Let's also take a look at tailoring. Okay. Damn, we need, that's right, I wanted to farm up linen. And I got too distracted and we didn't farm up any linen, and I don't think I have the money to buy a stack. We were thinking about trying to make bags. I don't think we're going to be able to make the bags yet. There aren't really a lot of good linen farms. I mean, where could we go to farm linen? The Golbalar Quarry in Dunmorrow, where the Trogs are at, that's a pretty good place. Around here, I mean, we were already killing a bunch of humans. Well, let's just see what we can do. Maybe we can. Like, maybe we can get 10 skill ups. I don't think we're going to, but it's possible, I guess. And we'll visit the trainer and see if there's anything new we can learn anyway. Dustin, you've realized you prefer classic era servers more than any version of the game. Well, that's completely okay. I think there's a pretty big population of people that feel that way. You know, that's why the era servers still exist. There's always going to be people that only want to play classic era. Like, that's the good thing about classic era, is it's always going to have an inbuilt player base. But, you know, obviously not all those people are leveling all the time, right? So it's just like less people leveling. Which can work out fine. Okay. Tailoring shop. Here it is. Nope. I'm just not in the part of the zone I think I'm in. Let's go this way. Linen bags are 50. We found out they're 50, so I might have enough mats to get there. I don't know if I'll have the mats to get there and then also to make the bag. So let's see, we need coarse thread.
Hey there. Have a good one.
Let's see what we can do. Skill issues, man, that just got you reported. I told you not to come back, that I didn't really want to report you for harassing me, but now I'm gonna have to. Now I'm gonna have to report you. Like, you need to let it go. And you need to go get some psychotherapy, my friend. Like, or call a family member. Do you have any family? Like, you gotta call somebody and you gotta talk to somebody. Like, you can't keep carrying on like this, man. Like, you're gonna hurt yourself. Like, you're gonna hurt yourself? Like, I'm really worried about you. Like, I don't want you here anymore, but, like, I'm worried. You gotta get some help, buddy. You gotta get some, but now I've had to report you. So, that's not good either.
Good day to you. How are you?
Well met.
He seemed normal. Well, he was normal-ish, but he obviously had problems. I've been really patient with him, and I've just kind of like, you know, been straightforward about things, but he just kept getting more and more extreme. So what are you gonna do? There it is, linen bag.
The Alliance.
All right, so yeah, see, like, we can make it now, but we don't have the mats now, but that's okay. As soon as we get the mats, we can make it. We only need the last slot, so just need the one bag. All right, let's go get the Voidwalker. We can make a red shirt now? I don't believe in shirts. I don't remember the last time I actually equipped a shirt. Usually the first thing I do when I make a character is I take their shirt and I vendor it or I throw it on the ground.
Can I help you? Greetings. What can I do for you?
Serena was talented, but not enough so to gain mastery of Warlock magic on her own. It's a shame to see talent wasted, but sometimes it is necessary. I hope my investment in you will bear different results.
Greetings.
By retrieving my choker and besting Serena, you have proven that you're at least as capable as she was. With that said, I can tell you're direly in need of training. You can manage the flows of magic, yes, but being a warlock is much more than that. I will show you how to command a Voidwalker. But before I can, you must call one forth at a summoning circle and subdue it using whatever weapons, physical and magical, you have at your disposal. Use the magic of this choker at the summoning circle below.
Be careful.
All right. Let's go. What's the add-on that changes your UI? What part of the UI do you mean? All of this stuff is in-game. This is all in-game stuff done with edit mode, and the quest text, that's dialogue UI. But yeah, this stuff is not add-ons. Like my action bars. Did I take a wrong turn somewhere? I think I did. Oh god. I am lost in the crypt. And I'm not sure where to go. Let's see. We're looking for stairs that lead down. Okay. This leads down. There we go. Look at that. Alright, so we're gonna summon it. We have to fight it. Let's pull the Voidwalk or the Imp out. I'm sure we can... Well, at least I hope we can have the Imp out while we do this. LS, will I ever give Balanced Druid another go? In TBC, Moonkin form gives 150% attack power and melee hits return mana. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, that sounds cool. I'd still have to be a Boomkin, and that's my biggest problem. Like, I just don't think I can be a were-chicken for hundreds of hours. If I could just stay in my caster form and not lose anything, I probably would. But I just hate looking like a were-chicken. I don't know why I hate it. I'm gonna be lost down here forever, aren't I? Well, here we go. Perfect. Rogue was really good in Classic Era, but then they changed it, and then TBC Rogue was not as good. Kind of hoping that Wrath of the Lich King Rogue will be good. I'd love to go back to a Rogue for Wrath.
What can I do for you? You need something? Can I help you?
You did better than I expected, but as well as I'd hoped. Now you can learn to command your subjugated Voidwalker, an ally you will find invaluable in the trials that are sure to stand before you. I have nothing more to teach you at the present, but I am far from done with you. Oh, we're done, buddy.
See you around.
We are done. We are level 12. Let's check the trainer. Curse of Weakness rank 2 we probably won't use a lot of. Health Funnel. Gives 12 health to the caster's pet every second for 10 seconds as long as the caster channels. This doesn't take our HP. It just heals the pet. Okay. Shadow Bolt rank 2 is good. And that's it.
Bless you.
Actually, that was Shadow Bolt 3. Demon Skin 2 we have. Summon Voidwalker we'll pull out. We need shards for this. Which means... Oh yeah, here we go. Drain soul. So now we gotta start draining souls. Keep some soul shards on us. We can create some health stones if we really want to. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. It does trade it for your health. Oh, okay. But it's minimal. That's weird because it doesn't say that it does that. Yeah, well, okay. It says gives. Gives 12 health to the caster's pet. Ooh, they should be more descriptive with that one. That should probably say something about it. It transfers. Transfers some of your health to your pet. Would probably be a better way to phrase that.
Hey there, for the Alliance.
So that people know. Yeah, we can go ahead and sell the 700 linen belts we made. That'd be smart. Alright, the wolf meat. No, we can't get skill ups. We're just going to sell that stuff if it's not going to be worth skill ups.
See you later.
It says it where it usually says the mana cost. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, thanks. No, I didn't even look there. Yeah, there's the cost. 11 health plus 5 every second. Okay, yep. That's perfect. Thank you. Okay, so from here, I think we're going to run down to the farm. We're going to turn in Princess. And then we have all of this stuff to turn in. And then I think we do the Westbrook Garrison stuff, right? What level are we? Level 12. We'll do Westbrook Garrison, and then we'll probably head back to Dunmorrow. We have the eastern half of the zone to do, and then we can go into Loch Modan. Oh god. We're still capped with skinning. Let's go fix this. Definitely no good reason for us to still be capped. Time to show Hogger who's boss? Yeah, we can definitely take Hogger on with the Voidwalker, I'm sure. Speaking of the Voidwalker, we do have to find anything that gives us XP we're going to have to drain to get some soul shards. Probably just going to like have enough soul shards to do the Voidwalker and maybe keep 2 extra. I'm not going to fill up my inventory with soul shards.
Greetings. Need help? Light be with you. What can I do for you?
Do I prefer playing on a PvE server rather than a PvP server? As a streamer, yeah. Because playing on PvP as a streamer creates a bunch of its own problems.
You need something? What can I do for you?
Alright, let's head out to the west. Well, yeah, this is a little breadcrumb. Like, we do have a little breadcrumb here for a little bit of XP. We have another quest we could do. And I think we'll do those if I get the gold schedule. Because if we find the gold schedule, that'll give us another reason to go back out to the east. If we don't get the gold schedule, then I'll probably just go back to Dunmorrow. And we really don't have to worry about it. Let's shoot down here first and turn in Princess Must Die.
What can I do for you? Need help? See you around.
Damn, I play like 10 different tunes? I find that really insulting. How dare you? How dare you come in here and insinuate that I only play like 10 different characters? I play hundreds of characters. That's freaking insulting. You better watch yourself, mister. You're on your last warning. This guy plays like 10 different characters. Everybody who plays classic is like okay. oh, only 10. Like, I think Dragon's Bane has 10 hunters. The CNET has like 15 warriors. At least I play different classes. You know?
King's honor, friend. Need help? Greetings. Be careful.
Alright, let's go hunt armbands, let's hunt Hogger, and we're gonna cross our fingers and we'll hope we get the gold schedule to drop. I don't think I'm gonna farm it any extra. You know, if we get it while we do the armbands, fine. If we don't get it, I'm not gonna worry about it. So we don't really need it. We're doing zone hopping, so with the zone hopping, we don't have to do every single quest if we don't want to. The quest add-on is Dialogue UI. Do I not have the add-ons in the stream description? I thought I had them all in there. I know, the stream description, that requires reading though. And, you know, reading is hard. Oh, look at that. Westfall's looking really pretty this time of day. I don't think we'll be going into Westfall today, but it's looking pretty. I do have it there, but you have to click see more to see it. Oh yeah, that's a huge problem. Yeah, nothing I can do about that, I don't think, unless I bumped it up a line. Do we want to pull out the Voidwalker? If we pull out the Voidwalker, we can do bigger pulls. Like, I can probably clear some of these camps if I have the Voidwalker out. But I mean, obviously we'll take a hit to our damage. Do I need to do that right now fighting lower level guys? I don't know. And I feel like we're face tanking stuff pretty well. The longer I face tank stuff, the higher my defense rating will be. So maybe I'll just keep the imp out for now. It's like I don't think we'll need to pull the camps. There's not too many players around here, so I'm not really worried about mob availability. I think later on we'll probably switch to the Voidwalker at some point. Whenever it feels uncomfortable to face tank stuff anymore. If they were hitting us hard, we could do Curse of Weakness. But I mean, by the time they get to us, they're halfway dead anyhow. You want the blueberry? You're gonna have to wait. I like my turret. I like my little fireball turret. I kind of prefer the mobs to be hitting me. I stay more engaged with combat when the mob is hitting me. But obviously, it's not ideal for all situations. Fear Hogger, he won't even get to hit me. Okay, yeah, we'll try a fear on him. If that doesn't work, I can have the blueberry tank him, but might just be able to blow him up. These armbands are dropping really quick. It's making me feel like we might not get the gold schedule. Will I play any hardcore more soon? I mean, I have a recorded series that's ongoing. We have a hardcore shaman. You can expect those videos to come out any day that I don't stream. I just haven't been putting out a video and streaming on the same day. Small red pouch, very nice. We're finally getting what we're owed. Yeah, YouTube doesn't like it if I put out a video and stream on the same day, so I just don't do that. But yeah, that playthrough's still going. As far as will I do hardcore on the streams, I don't really think so anytime soon. Because there is no hardcore TBC, and I like playing TBC on the streams. Yeah, we finally got 2 bags once we're level 12. Yeah, for a while we had really bad luck. Of course, as soon as I can make bags, that's when the bags start to drop, right? Now that we can just make them. Alright, yeah. Alright, let's see. Like, I can't fear him right here, but if I pull him back behind us, maybe I can fear him back here. Oh no, don't, not the imp. No, 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 not the imp. No, 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 damn it, son of a... I didn't want him on the imp. Oh... Don't evade, bug. Come on, we ran 12 feet. We ran 12 feet. Alright, let's try again. Mr. Santa, have a great rest of your evening, man. Thanks for hanging out. We'll catch you next time. Yeah, we might have to go with the Voidwalker. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Oh, you son. People are kind of bothering me today. Now you invite me? Okay, well, hey, at least they invited me. I didn't want to do this with a group, to be honest. Like, I really wanted to solo it. I'm kind of bummed out. I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, I didn't really want to do a group for this. I probably should have just declined the invite and waited. I'll tell them thanks anyway. What version of Classic will we recommend to a complete beginner? Play TBC right now. TBC is the version of Classic where you're going to find the biggest player base right now. There's not the only other versions, like you have Classic Era, which is just like vanilla 1 to 60. And there's always some people that play that. There's always people just playing Classic, but right now there's more people playing TBC. And your other choice, I guess, is Mr. Pandaria. Mr. Pandaria Classic, but that's basically a dead game at this point. I don't think anyone plays it. And I don't know if they're planning to do any more content with that version of Classic or not. I think the progression of like Mr. Pandaria, I think that's over. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're doing anything else with it. I feel like if they were going to go into Warlords of Draenor, they'd have told us already. 4 HP left. That's not a lot of HP at all. Sod is having a resurgence a bit. Yeah, they had a little community event that they did, like that some streamers did for Sod, but nothing really huge. It wasn't anything official. But yeah, most people are playing TBC right now, and TBC has a good chance of eventually going into Wrath of the Lich King. A lot of people think that we're gonna, you know, have Wrath probably within a year or so. Maybe less than a year. I mean, we'll find out at BlizzCon, but yeah. Unless Blizz magically drops Classic Plus before we get Wrath. Yeah, like the only way we don't get Wrath is if for some reason Classic Plus comes out really soon. Which I don't think that it will. You know, they're definitely going to talk about it at BlizzCon, but I think Classic Plus is going to be 2027, 2028. And so I think we definitely get some version of Wrath of the Lich King. It might not be just like a straight up anniversary edition. There might be some other stuff. But I think we will get some kind of version of Wrath for these characters to go into. Am I going to BlizzCon? No, I don't go to cons. I definitely don't get invited to cons, and it's expensive to go, and it's ooh, I don't want to get the con flu. I've never been to any kind of convention. My friend used to go to conventions. Like, he used to go to PAX and stuff like that, and he'd, you know, try to ask me if I wanted to go, but I never went because I don't want to get sick. Every time he went to one of those conventions, he got like a terrible flu. Just doesn't seem worth it. Is it pricey? I'm pretty sure like tickets for in-person BlizzCon are pretty freaking expensive. Yeah. I have to assume they're really expensive. Let's see. $290 USD. Early bid tickets were $250. Original access cost $289.99. If you want the Charity Night and Dark Moon Fair after hours events, $500. Damn. It's expensive, yeah. But then that's not the only cost. You know, because it's in California. So for me to go, I have to fly to California. I have to find a hotel room in California somewhere close to the con. That's going to be like $600 or $700 for one night, and then all the costs to go into the con. It's probably, you know, it's a lot of money. And it doesn't benefit me to go in person, you know. Okay. Yeah, I think we need, well, we need one more. I don't know why I thought we were all done. We need one more armband. Sorry about that. Delectaloid, thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the stream. I appreciate that. Would I ever do a meet and greet with my community? I mean, I talk to you guys every day. If I ever become famous, yes. In an alternate reality where I'm like super popular and Blizzard invites me to BlizzCon, and you know, in an alternate reality where I'm just like super successful, super charming, and I have everything going for me, in that reality, sure. Until then, here I am. And what I absolutely don't want, though, is like I would never want to go to BlizzCon because I don't want to meet the Blizzard devs. I don't really want to meet the devs, you know. I just don't. I'd rather not. I still didn't get it. I'm just like so distracted right now. Oh man. Alright, I'm gonna try to screw my head on straight and get this quest done. I think I'm getting hungry. I think that's what it is. I woke up late and I didn't have much of a breakfast. What would I say to Ian if I met him? I'd be like, hey, I don't have anything to say to these people. You know what I mean? Like, what do I have to, hey, like, I got nothing to say. Like, game devs are not celebrities. Do you guys know that? Like, game devs are just corporate employees. Like, I'm not gonna be, like, overly enthralled. I'm not gonna have stars in my eyes to meet some corporate employee. Like, I don't give a shit. I worked for a corporation for a long time, too. And so I don't really have any desire to meet them. They're just people that work on a game. I just want to enjoy their art. You know, I want them to make a good game and I just want to enjoy it. I don't have any, like, desire to meet them. You know, they're just employees of a corporation that makes video games. Sometimes they put out stuff that's good, sometimes they make garbage. Like, what can I say? Hey, like some of your stuff, hate the rest of it. Keep on keeping on. Like, it seems kind of pointless. Like, meeting people like that's for, like, fanboys. Like, if you're just, like, a fanboy or a fangirl, and you just fan out over it, and then, like, that's for those kinds of people. Like, I'm more pragmatic. These are just corporate employees that make the video game I play. I don't idolize them. Sometimes I feel bad for them. I can't imagine how awkward a meet and greet would be. Probably pretty freaking awkward. Well, now I'm seeing why we don't have that last armband. And now all the mobs are gone. Yeah. All the mobs are gone. Robert, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you. There we go. We got it, finally. Okay, let's go turn it in.
Light be with you. What can I do for you? King's honor, friend. Go with honor, friend.
We could pop our Hearthstone here, but we should probably just fly back. run back rather. Or we can go to Westfall, grab the flight point in Westfall, and then fly back to Stormwind. Yeah, let's go grab the flight point. I think I want to do that now. I'll grab these quests right here. We won't work on any of this stuff yet. But I'll grab these ones. That way, when we fly back in later, we don't have to run up here to grab them. But yeah, I think grabbing the flight point now would be smart. Let's come together and get me a New York Giants hat. Yeah, Giants aren't really one of the teams I watch a lot of. I started watching the Giants last season because they had Dart and they had Scadaboo. I don't know how to say his name. But then the running back got his leg broke or something, and then after that, Dart just wasn't as good as he was with the running back. So I kind of got into the Giants last season, but like they didn't get far before their season kind of fell apart.
You need something? Hello.
I'm hoping their running back is back for this season because he seemed like he was going to be really good.
See you later. Safe travels.
And then he just got hurt like right away. Scadaboo? Is it Scadaboo? Scadabo? Yeah, he's got a funny name, but he was really good and I liked him. Same thing with Dart. Like I thought Dart for like a young quarterback was looking really good. And I really want to see his Anakin Skywalker cosplay, but like besides that, he seemed like a good quarterback. But we'll see how they do this year. It was an ACL, yeah. Scataboo. There we go. Excited for the Lions this year? Yeah, always. It's going to be a slightly different team than it was last year, but that's normal. Should still be good. Okay, let's do this one.
Hey there. Well met. Hey there.
And I guess we'll grab this one too.
Well met. What can I do for you?
I'm filling up my quest log. I just know this is going to backfire on me eventually.
Well met. What can I do for you?
This is going to backfire eventually. Yeah, we still got Goff. We still got Goff and Gibbs. We lost Montgomery. Like, we had two really good running backs, but we lost Montgomery. Still got St. Brown on wide receiver, so that's good. And I think our defense is still in really good shape. Should be a good season. Go Bills. I like the Bills. Yeah, I've got an Allen jersey. Josh Allen's one of my favorite quarterbacks. I watch Bills games whenever I can. I got a bunch of teams I watch. Because usually I have the Sunday ticket, so I just watch whatever games I can. Like, obviously I prioritize the Lions and I prioritize the Chiefs over like other games. But I watch every game I can.
Well met. Light be with you. Light bless you. Need help?
Okay, let's stop taking these quests. I said I just wanted to get the flight point. I'm not going to get carried away. We're going to fill the quest log up. It's going to give me problems. Let's just immediately go ahead and drop that one. Perfect. Okay. Do I like the Eagles? No, screw the Eagles. Screw the Eagles and the boat they came in on.
Hey there.
No, I don't really like them. I don't really like the whole tush push thing. I think it's really cheap. I think the tush push is a cheap trick. I think it is something that's very prone to get people injured. And I think there should be rules around when it could be used. I think the only time you should be able to do a tush push type of thing is on 4th down. You should have to be at 4th down to do the play. And I don't think you should be able to do it at 4th and goal. Because I think it's really fucking cheap. I think it's a gross manipulation of like the physics and the rules of the game. So yeah. Nah, I hate the Eagles. I hate the Eagles, and I don't care how much Hurts can squat. I still hate the guy. I don't care if he can squat 600 pounds. I think they need to get rid of the tush push as a maneuver altogether. There we go. That was the NFL segment. And now moving on before the NFL hones in on this and sues me for unlicensed NFL commentary. Yeah, like you can't blame them for using it, I know. I blame them for inventing it. I blame the Eagles for inventing the tush push. It's the NFL's fault that it's still being used, absolutely. I think it should be able to be used, but I think it needs some regulations around when it can be used. I think limiting it to 4th downs would be good. Limiting it to 4th downs would be a good start. Like, I hate, they do it every time they get something in, like, it's like 1 yard, it doesn't matter, they just go right to it now. And, yeah, I don't think that's the way to go. Okay, let's go turn in Hogger. And, oh, we did find the gold schedule at some point, so do we want to go do the collector? We could run out and do it. It's just like, it's a little bit of a run, right? We're going to be traveling for a bit. A little bit of running back and forth. Skinning. Yes. Okay. We're going to get skinning outside of Goldshire. I meant to do it before. Obviously, I forgot. I'll try to remember to get it this time. We are 1 point away from instant cast corruption. That's going to be really nice. Then we can actually start using it.
Greetings, King's Honor, friend.
Do I need any of this? Yes, I think I do. Yeah, we need those pants. Wait. Robert, you're not a warrior, bro. Just take a breath, okay? Just chill out. We're gonna grab the stick. Now, we can't even use this right now because we don't have it trained. But yeah, I'm not a warrior. Do you guys know that?
What can I do for you? Well met.
It's like my default is to look for pieces of male gear when I play a human. That tells you all you need to know about my proclivities. I'm usually either a paladin or a warrior when I'm a human.
Greetings. For the Alliance.
Alright, there we go. Let's head out to the east. Oh, skinning. Skinning, right now. On Wings of Love, thanks for hanging out today. Hope you have a good one. We'll catch you next time.
Can I help you? Be careful.
I definitely wouldn't mind being able to have more gathering professions. That way we can gather herbs, minerals. I'd love to be able to take all the collection professions that I want to. Just completely open up the gathering ones. Probably break the economy, I guess. Just make things like super affordable. Do I have any tips for playing the game slower when you have limited time per week to play? You always rush and miss content. I don't really know what I can say. My dogs don't want me to say anything. My wife's not home, so I'm not gonna get up and check on this. I'm gonna let them bark it out, chat. Can you guys hear them barking? Well, maybe you guys don't even hear that. Lucky you. What tips would I give for someone to play slower? I don't know. I mean, why do you feel... What kind of content are you rushing through? What do you feel like you're rushing? Because if you're playing Classic... Like, everything in Classic is kind of slow and chill. If you're playing Retail, that's a whole nother beast. Retail tries to train you and incentivize you to play quickly. It's all about, like, a quick dose of endorphins. You know, you want to get your hit. You want to get your loot. You want to get out. But, I mean, Classic kind of lends itself to just slower play. You know, try reading the quest. If you don't read the quest or you've never read the questing, try reading the quest. That'll slow you down a bit. It'll also give your imagination some kind of framework to think about, like while you're running around the world doing stuff.
Need help?
You guys really don't hear the dog barking? Unbelievable.
Farewell.
Alright, over to the farm, and we'll see if we can get the collector's ring. It's only the little one barking now, so... He's not quite as loud, obviously, as the big one. Anytime my wife and kid are out of the house, like, the dogs just cause no end of problems for me. But we live on a neighborhood street where people are always coming and going and coming and going, so I guess I can't really blame them. There's always some kind of activity going on the street or on the sidewalk or something nearby. Something to aggro them. God forbid I leave windows open for any kind of fresh air, then they can hear everything outside, and whatever they hear they just kind of like latch onto. It's like, oh my god, I heard a car door, I better bark at it for 10 minutes. Okay, we'll do it. I'm gonna pull the Voidwalker out for this because I'm gonna send him right into the building and I'm gonna let him get aggro. Should probably kill this guy first. Dragon's Bane, you miss road hockey? You mean street hockey? That's all we did as kids is play street hockey. Yeah, but back then, you know, like, neighborhoods were quiet back then because people were at work, you know? So as a kid, like, in the middle of the day in the summer, like, you could have the streets to yourself because, like, most people were at work. That's not as true nowadays. Especially, like, I live in, like, kind of a lower income area. And so especially in lower income areas, everyone's unemployed. And a lot of the people that are employed in lower income areas work from home. And so there's always like activity, there's always people coming and going, there's always cars going up and down the street. Nothing's ever quiet. You could never play street hockey on my street. You'd get run over and killed by a car. Like in the first day, someone would run you over. A car, move the net, move the net. Right, you'd move the net. Because you could do that because it wouldn't happen too often. On my street, you could never do it. It's a bummer. My kid hates sports anyway, so what are you gonna do? Alright, I think we're done here. Do I want a hearth back? I think I certainly do want a hearth back. That'll get us back to Goldshire, and then we'll go to... Oh, yeah, we'll go to Stormwind, then we'll either jump on a flight or we'll catch the tram. Maybe we'll just jump on a flight. That might give me a moment to go get a snack, because I think I'm hungry. Didn't have a big breakfast, and I think that's why I'm, like, forgetting stuff more often than usual.
Light be with you. Need help?
We are going to take the wrist, even though I think these are garbage. Yeah, I mean, basically garbage. I notice now the staff has agility and stamina on it. Like, I will never need agility. I'm just going to sell it. The well-stitched robe, maybe we can wear that? Like, that's a new look for us. I don't mind it. Let's put the boots on. Put the pants on. And there we go. Did I ever get around to trying an air-fried hot dog? You know, I haven't. No, we have an air fryer. We might even have hot dogs. Still never tried an air-fried hot dog. Usually boiling them does the trick, you know? Like, usually if I want some dogs, I just boil them. That's how I've been doing it since I was like 11 years old. It'd be pretty hard to break that habit. It's not the dog's barking, it's my stomach growling. It might be. Yeah, I haven't eaten a lot today at all. The bounty on Murlocs, like, I'm not gonna worry about that one. I don't feel like staying out there just to do that one quest. We're gonna have plenty of quests to do. We have no shortage of quests, so... I think all those mobs might have been lower level anyway. No real kill XP to be had out there. It's gonna be like level 7 and level 8 mobs. You know what I don't like about him though? Like, he's so big in my screen. I think I'm only going to use him if I need him. I think I only want to use him if I need him. And now there might come a time when we need him out 100% of the time. You know, that might happen. But I think for now, unless it's something like that where we know we need to fight 3 or 4 guys at once, I think I'm going to stick with the imp. Because I kind of like that he's small. He just kind of stands there and blasts. I don't notice him too much. Alright, I'm gonna put us on this flight to Ironforge. And I want to play more today, so I'm gonna step away for a second, go AFK. I'm gonna grab a quick snack and eat it really fast. Nothing elaborate, just something to give me some calories so we can keep going. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Alright, we are back. Thank you guys for hanging out. Alright, we're going to head out to the Golbalar Quarry. And we're also going to do the Elite Quest. The Hogger equivalent of the Dwarven Lands. We'll do that stuff, and then I think we'll get right into Loch Modan. You like Dunmorrow better than Elwyn Forest? I mean, Dunmorrow has a very, very special vibe. Especially if you come here around like sunset time and the nighttime especially. Very, very nice place. A lot of people like Dunmorrow more than Elwyn, I think. This would be a good one to have the Voidwalker on. Unfortunately, I don't have any soul shards. And I don't think there's anything around that's going to give me XP. So we're going to try this with the Imp and with a Fear. And if that doesn't work, then I'll have to go hunt down a soul shard or two to see if we can do it with the Voidwalker.
How are ya? Off with ya.
Speaking of the Imp, it'd probably be a good idea if we summon him out. That would go a long way. Okay, here we go. Okay, so as long as the imp doesn't get aggro, we should be okay. We gotta make sure we have aggro. I'm gonna go Curse of Weakness here. Oh, he's nothing. Oh, we're blowing him up. Wait, oh, he's not an elite. Wait a minute. Hogger was still an elite, wasn't he? Why is Vagash not an elite? I mean, I know in TBC they changed a bunch of elites to non-elites. But they didn't change... Oh, they didn't change Hogger, though, did they? Hogger was an elite, wasn't he? Ugh. Do you still need zone hopping in TBC? No, you probably don't need it. You don't need anything. You know what I mean? It's like, do you need sugar in your coffee? Well, no, not really. But it sweetens it, right? And so you don't need to zone hop, no. I like to, because I like to play ahead of the leveling curve. I like to zone hop and do green quests and fight green enemies. Just have a little bit of an easier time so that when I get distracted, it's not as much of a problem.
Hi.
But no, you don't have to.
Keep your feet on the ground.
You might run into times when you're a little bit behind the mobs, though. Like, you might have to do a bit of grinding. That was a nice reward. We got one stamina. And what else was on that? 1 stamina, 1 spirit. Definitely worth it, especially since he was not even an elite. Did the quest say 2 people? I'm not sure if it did. I am not sure. It's weird that they changed him, but they didn't change Hogger.
What can I do for you? You got my attention. Those piano notes give you chills. Yeah, that little piano refrain, like, somehow it's one of the most potent pieces of music in the entire game. I don't know what it is about it. And it only plays in Dunmorrow, like, after nighttime. Like, you have to be getting into the evening time to even hear that ever play. It's so weird. But yeah, there's something really nice about it. It stands out a lot. It might be in Arathi too. Yeah, I think you're right. A community guild on Classic? No way. Oh, I had my history with in-game guilds already. I've done the whole community guild thing. It just gets away from me. I don't manage it. I don't interact with guild. Like, I'm not a good guild mate. I'm not a good guild leader. I'm not good at it. And then what happens is, like, I had like other people running it for me. And then it just kind of all got away from me and some dumb shit happened. And then I kind of had to clean up the dumb shit. And I didn't really like that. And so I kind of vowed to myself that I wouldn't bother having a guild, that I wouldn't bother. I deleted my Discord. I had a Discord that had been around for a long time, and like people had put a lot of work into it, and it had been boosted, and I just deleted the whole thing because I just didn't want to. I didn't want to deal with it. It was a bad experience. It taught me a lot about people that I probably didn't need to learn, that I probably ought to have already understood. And I just don't like repeating mistakes like that. The only way I could have a guild or a Discord is if I was going to dedicate the time to manage it properly. And I don't like managing other adults. I don't like managing other adults. I don't like parsing their drama. Because it's usually stuff that I don't care about at all. Like loot drama, guild drama, like I'm too old for that shit. And so like if I don't want to manage it myself, I don't want to do it at all. If that makes sense. Maybe for Classic Plus. Because like, the other thing is like we go through different versions of Classic so fast, right? So like we go through different versions of Classic fast. My interests change depending on what versions of Classic are out. And yeah, so like maybe though if we had Classic Plus and I knew like I had a home, I knew I had a version of the game that was going to be home, then maybe I wouldn't mind. Then maybe I'd want to manage a guild. But when we're playing kind of like ephemeral versions of Classic that seem to come and go, like I just don't want to do it. Because then you go through all this effort to make a big community, and then like either I'll stop playing the game or a new version will come out, and some people will like it, some people won't. And yeah, it's just a kind of a pain. So like, maybe Classic Plus. Does WoW allow players to progress equally if they're soloing the game and staying out of guilds? Oh yeah. You don't have to be... I'm not in a guild. You don't have to be in a guild to play. Being in a guild isn't gonna benefit you unless you want it to benefit you from like a social aspect. Unless you want to use the guild to find people to do dungeons, to do elite quests, to socialize with. Like a guild is simply there for the ways that you can benefit from it. And if you don't think you're gonna benefit from a guild, you don't need a guild. Plain and simple. Like if you don't think it's for you, you don't need to be in a guild. Like 99% of the gameplay I do is completely on my own. We do dungeons and stuff with like random pugs, but I'm never doing stuff with guilds. Like, it's been a long time since I had a guild that I was doing content with. Am I done in here? Did I kill everybody? I think I killed everybody I needed to. Yeah, wait. What do we need? Oh, we need bone snappers. Okay. Bone snappers, maybe we gotta go a little bit further in. And then when we have Classic Plus, when we get some content that's new, I'll be a lot more likely to care about whatever endgame stuff there is. If it's new. Like, if it's new to everybody. It's hard for me to really care about killing raid bosses that have existed for 25 years. I just don't care. You know, it's really hard to care. But if we're in Classic Plus and we're getting like some new raids or some new raid bosses or some new endgame dungeons, like maybe it'll be an environment where I care a little bit more about endgame. And so then having a guild could be good. Are there certain bosses in elite quests that are only beatable with other players? Yeah, sure. Yeah. But you can find random groups for that. Like, if you're doing an elite quest all you have to do is go into general chat and you just say looking for more, and then you go to your quest log and you just link the quest. So you would just shift click looking for more, you shift click the elite quest, you hit enter, and then you just wait and see if other people want to do it. Like, you can find people, like, you know, having a guild could help you. If you're in a big leveling guild and there's lots of people actively leveling up, that could be a good way to find people. And a lot of people join leveling guilds for just that reason. But if you don't want to be in a guild, you can just spam general chat, and you can typically get a group together for whether it's a dungeon or a quest. You'll find people. But a big guild with a lot of people in it is a decent option. Oh, look at this rare spawn. Hammer Spine. Drop a green item, buddy. Why don't you? The graphics look great. Is this really TBC anniversary? Yeah. Yes, it is. I mean, WoW is an amazing looking game, and it always has been. It's like, oh, he had 2 greens. Now we can't equip either of them, and that's a big bummer. If we were a warrior, we'd have made out with 2 different maces. But we get nothing. Nice to see him drop the greens, though. I mean, Classic is a beautiful game that had a very distinct art style that is timeless. The art style is timeless. The skyboxes are still gorgeous to this day. The lighting is amazing to this day. It's better than lighting in retail, in my opinion. And yeah, it's just really good looking game. And absolutely not in like a realistic sense. But I feel like a lot of games kind of forgot, like, you can look amazing and not have realistic graphics. And for some reason, especially in AAA development, this is something that game studios have completely forgotten. It's like they've forgotten that you can have amazing looking games that have an art style, and that art style doesn't have to be super realism with crazy facial mocap. You know, it doesn't have to be all that. It can be this. And it can look amazing for 30 years if you have a consistent and a charming art style. One more Bone Snapper. I hope we can get this on the way out. There he is. How kind of him to respawn for us. Yeah, I mean, you basically just summed up, like, why Classic is so magical. Like, why Classic is magical and why it appeals to people. Yep. Do I have a Greater Magic Wand? I don't. I don't have a Greater Magic Wand. We have to buy one. Is level 13's the cutoff, right? Yeah, I think we can afford one now. Next time we're at town, I'll get to an auction house. Because, yeah, I kind of forgot about the Greater Magic Wand. Maybe it's because I play zoomed in. Yeah. I mean, things look different when you zoom in like this. Yes. Because you get to see more of the mob, you get to see more of the attack animations and stuff go off. Like, a lot of people play zoomed out, and it's fine. You can play like this. Like, I prefer to play right about here. And the reason why it looks good on YouTube is because I'm outputting it in 1440, and I have the bitrate cranked up to 15,000 kilobits per second. So it probably looks better on YouTube than a lot of WoW gameplay will look on YouTube. If you're used to looking at WoW gameplay on YouTube and you're used to looking at it in 1080 with like an 8,000 kilobit bitrate, that's why this looks so much better to you. I'm just outputting it at a much higher bitrate, which it reduces pixelation, especially in dark areas of the world. And if you're wondering, like, if you can't get it to look like this on your PC, what might help you is render scale. Like, turn your render scale all the way up to 200%. Obviously, if you're playing on a 4K monitor, that's not going to do anything for you. But otherwise, crank that all the way up. That might help. Alright, these are done. Let's go turn these in. And then I think we're ready to head into the lock.
Hi. Watch your back. Great to meet you. See you soon.
I wonder if the cooking trainer has anything special.
Great to meet you.
Dry pork ribs. Okay, I'll take it. What about you? Do you have any recipes? No recipes. Okay.
Safe travels.
You never noticed the hair physics? Oh yeah, you're really zoomed out then. You miss a lot. If you only ever play zoomed out, you miss a lot of stuff. You know, you don't get a good look at the mobs, you don't get a good look at their animations. It makes sense to play zoomed out sometimes. Because sometimes you're in situations that, like, they need you to have a little bit more visibility. Like, I zoom in and, like, when I need to see behind myself, I just pan the camera back. Even in hardcore, I play zoomed in. Then I just have my camera kind of on a swivel. Padurgodos. I can't pronounce it. If I can't pronounce it, then we can't be in it. Oh, that was the player name, not the guild name. The guild name was the Eternal Throne. Sounds religious. Sounds like a god thing. I think we'll avoid that one. The Eternal Throne. If we get invited to somebody and I like the guild name, I'll just join it. And I'll scope out their guild chat and see if they're like normal humans. You know what? Before we go to the lock, let's go up here and we'll do the Lost Pilot.
What's on your mind? What's your back?
Dunmore was a good starting zone. It's not as good as Eversong Woods, but it's such a different flavor than Eversong Woods that I guess it's as good in a completely different way. It's definitely A tier. But then again, like, what's a bad starting zone? Least favorite starting zone? Maybe the Draenei areas. Yeah, part of me likes the Draenei areas, but part of me really doesn't. I don't know. The Draenei areas just seem really detached from, like, anything else. Like, not physically, but just, like, within the lore, within the story. Like, the Draenei themselves feel very off. So, like, for some reason, everything to do with them feels a little bit off to me. The Tauren start is the Pepsi of starting zones. See, I don't know enough about internet speak to know if that's good or bad. I like Mulgore a lot. Mulgore was the first zone that I got to run a character around in. I got to sign into my friend's account way back in the day. And he let me run around on a Tauren for a bit. That's when I fell in love with the game. I did a Tauren Druid. That was ironically the first character that I ran around on in WoW was a Tauren Druid, spamming Wrath at everything.
Talk to me. You got my
In like 10 minutes in Mulgore, I was like, oh my god, like I'm blown away.
Off with you.
Yeah, and then he had me open the map and he was like, zoom out. I was like, okay. He's like, you see all those little things? Those are all the zones. And I was like, okay. And he was like, okay, zoom out again. And I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? Absolutely incredible. And then he was like, you want to know something else? You'll never have to load in to a zone. You can just walk into a zone. And like back in 2004 and 2005, the idea that I could walk from zone to zone without a loading screen was actually like magic. Because by 2004, 2005, like loading times in most like console RPGs and stuff like that, loading times were getting like way out of hand. Like loading times were getting way out of hand. So to play a game that was so gorgeous and so big, and then to have no load times, I was like, well, how did they even do this if not absolute magic? Still kind of baffles me to this day. And it says, well, the Draenei are from another planet. Yeah, I mean, that explains it. I know. I feel like maybe Draenei weren't the best, like, first choice for a new race. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's a world where they get Worgen. Like, maybe Alliance get Worgen before they get Draenei? I don't know. Like, being aliens is just kind of weird in general. There's really no way around it. Really curious to see what they do with extra races in Classic Plus, because I don't think they're going to do Draenei. Because obviously that's very tied into like the Burning Crusade expansion, so they'll have to do other stuff.
How are you? See you soon.
It'd be interesting if we never get Draenei at all in Classic Plus, like they just never exist. I would be completely okay with that. Not that I hate them necessarily, but I would love to see the game take a completely different direction. I think them getting Worgen or something like that would make more sense. Like, obviously High Elves High Elves makes the most sense. I kind of hope the Horde side get Worgen in Classic Plus. Hear me out. If the Horde get Worgen, then Horde players would be able to have like a human-ish form, you know what I mean? Also important for Worgen, if they do Worgen in Classic Plus, I want it to be handled how the Drakthir is handled in Modern WoW, which is, I want to choose whether or not I'm more about. You know what I mean? Like, I want to choose when I go into combat whether I'm more about or not. And so I want an option so I can stay as a human. You know, like imagine you're kind of role-playing it and like, you know, you're a Worgen but you don't want to appear that way, so you just stay in your human form. And then the Horde side get a human form, which I think would be really neat. And I think having Gilneas join the Horde would be like a complete twist that no one would expect. That could be really fun. Like if they just kind of realize, like as Worgen, they have more in common with races of the Horde. Like they have more in common with the Forsaken. They have more in common with the Horde races really than they do with the human races at that point. And the human races are all they're gonna see them as monsters. So it kind of makes sense, like they're close to the Forsaken lands. And it makes perfect sense that they could be convinced to throw their lot in with the Horde. So I'd like to see Horde Worgen and Alliance High Elves. I think that'd be cool. Sylvanas burns down the Greymane wall. Burns the wall down. That could be good. That'd be like an act to join them together. Like burning the wall down would be like good at that point. Yeah, just destroy the wall, bring the barriers down. And then you get a Gilneas starting zone. Like obviously the Worgen get to have the Gilneas starting zone. But for the Horde side. And like obviously completely different than what we got in Cataclysm. I think that would make sense in the lore. I think they could write it to make perfect sense. And I think it'd be a really neat direction to go. And if they did that right away, if they made up all that lore and they gave Worgen to the Horde right away, that would really set the tone for what they're willing to do narratively with Classic Plus to distinguish it from Modern WoW. Like, just show people right out the gate, like, look, we're gonna make massive changes, and we're planning to take this game in a different direction than WoW went originally. And so if they do something big out the gate, that kind of states their intentions. Whereas, like, if they play it safe and they only do, like, the really safe stuff, then I don't know how interesting it's all going to work out. What would be the safe thing for them to do? The safe thing would be to copy Turtle WoW. And they give High Elves to the Alliance and Goblins to the Horde, and that would be really, really, really boring. Because we've already had that. We already got it in Turtle WoW. And so I hope they don't just do that. That would be a big bummer. I don't really care for Goblins that much. Definitely don't have a big desire to play as one. But I would definitely play a Horde Worgen. At least to see it. Horde Worgen Druid. I don't know enough about the class changes from Turtle WoW to see if they're good or not, but if they kind of like... I liked a lot of the specs in Season of Discovery. A lot of the specs in SOD were good, and so if they kind of take that same track... Obviously not with the runes and stuff, but just some of the core ideas behind some of the specs. If they take some of those basic ideas right out of Season of Discovery, then they'd be starting off in pretty good shape. Yeah, making every spec good. I think that's the most important part, right? Like, making every spec, and not necessarily, though, making every spec equal. Like, I don't want to see them homogenize stuff. But making every spec good doesn't mean that every spec has to deal the same amount of damage that every other spec deals. Like, in Classic, there's different ways to make specs good. You know, like buffs. Buffs and passive things that benefit other players, you know, could be very powerful. And so, like, not everything has to be normalized in the sense that it should all deal the same damage. But everything should be appealing. Everything should be appealing and enjoyable to play in some way. Like not everybody can be S tier or A tier DPS. And you really shouldn't aim for that. But just make sure that the specs that are not S tier or A tier, make sure they bring other stuff to the table. And above all else, make sure leveling is fun. Like, make sure the leveling of all the specs are fun. You should be able to level as any spec you want. And just make sure it's enjoyable. That's going to be the big part of the game for most people, is going to be leveling up. If that's not fun, then you have a dead spec. The funny thing about SOD is they continued SOD a lot longer than they planned to originally. I think originally it was only going to have 5 phases. And it went to what? Like, it went to phase 8? 7 or 8 phases they gave it? Yeah, they actually kept it going and kept making new content longer than they were originally supposed to. Because by and large, people had a really good time with it. I had a good time with SOD when it was all done. When they were in the last phase, then I was actually able to go play it and I had a really good time. Once they had worked everything out, once all the rune abilities were available right away, well, then it was a blast. Alright, we need one more scout. One more scout and we can peel out of here. I love the purplish hue to the evening sky here. It's very pretty skybox. Nice. Level 14. What do we learn at level 14? Corruption rank 2. Drain life. Okay, that's a pretty important level. We will probably want to train that as soon as we can. I highly doubt there's a Warlock trainer in town. Oh, snap. We pulled both of these guys. Alright. That's fine. We can take them. I love being able to see all my dots and all my timers above the health bar. That's very nice. Oh, there we go. That's instant cast corruption. Okay, so now that it's instant cast, I could probably move it around a bit. Let's do something like that. I think that'll work. There's a Warlock trainer in Ironforge, right? Oh yeah, there has to be, because gnomes can be warlocks. So yeah, somewhere in Ironforge there's got to be a Warlock trainer. I just don't think I've ever used the Warlock trainer in Ironforge before. I have no idea where they would be at.
What's on your mind?
They're back in the Forlorn Cavern. Oh, that makes sense.
Hello. Be good.
Alright, so the follow-up to that one is level 15. We're not going to jump on that right now, because there's going to be some level 11 and level 12 stuff in town to pick up. But it's nice to get the first one done.
What can I do for you? See you soon. What's on your mind? Off with you.
Is that a one-button macro? Start attack, pet attack, cast sequence, reset, target immolate, corruption shoot. Is that like a one-button macro? That's funny. It's tempting. Ooh, do I need the bear meat? Oh, maybe. Is it the same bear meat? I guess I didn't really think that, like, the random bear meat was going to be a quest item. Maybe. Maybe I can buy it back. We'll check. Because, yeah, we will need some kind of bear meat. Think of the clicks I could save. Oh, the clicks. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong, but I mean, compared to retail, like, I mean, I'm only doing a fraction of clicks anyway.
Hello.
I wonder, I might grab it. I can't, oh, I can copy out of chat. Yeah, copying out of chat is tricky though. Let me just copy that into my OneNote. I'll play with it later. I never have any luck with like macros working right away. Let me pop it in a notepad. There's always like spacing issues when I try to just copy paste something out of chat into a macro.
Safe travels.
It looks okay. Let's see.
Well met.
I might not use this, but I'm kind of curious to see if it even works. And I'm kind of curious to see like how it comes off. Yeah, I don't know about this though. Like this right here looks iffy, right? I don't know how that's gonna go. If that works, I'd be really surprised.
How are you?
Like the way it's formatted right now. Maybe it'll work. I've never played with a cast sequence, so I have no idea. Somewhere we have a turn-in. Somewhere. What do we got over here? We have wanted poster, that's an elite quest. Iron Band's excavation, I guess we can take. That's a bit of a higher level, though. There he is.
What can I do for you? How are you? Keep your feet on the ground.
Rat
Well,
catching, mountaineer stumper. Okay, let's go try to fire this off. I want to see if it works. I don't think I would use it, but I am curious. If I can find a mob. Here we go. Alright. What's this gonna do? Yeah, I mean, all it did, it did immolate, and it started my pet attack, and it started my stabby stabs, but it didn't really do the rest of it. And it didn't get me into wanding for whatever reason. Yeah. I think it needs some work. Maybe this should be start shoot. And then we can just get rid of shoot here. But it won't cast corruption. Like I don't think you can do it like that with just commas. I think it needs to have a different line for everything it's gonna cast. Yeah, that didn't start my shooting or my attack that time. Alright, guys, unfortunately, I'm out of time for today. I mean, I'm really close to my time limit, so I think I'm gonna park it here. I'd love to play more, but I do have to go. I really appreciate you guys being here today. It's been a really good stream. I'm having a lot of fun on this Warlock. And we're gonna keep playing the Warlock on streams for the time being. Let's see, the next time I'm gonna stream is going to be on Tuesday. So I would love to see you all back here on Tuesday if you're digging the Warlock. That is what we're going to be doing. Tomorrow there will be another hardcore video going up on the Shaman for those of you who are watching the hardcore series. And if you are watching the hardcore series, I really appreciate you. I'm having a lot of fun with that series too. So yeah, thank you guys again. Thanks for all the support today. As always, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth very soon. Bye for now.